Players at the ready. Are you ready? Are you ready? On my release.
Tonight, I'll be eating roasted cauliflower tacos with spicy chipotle sauce. Thank you. Oh! I wasn't ready!
You want cheese to go with that wine?
Good evening, air hockey fans, and welcome to a brand new challenge match brought to you by the American Air Hockey League. Today we have Peter, Spec, Cai versus Scott, the Alley Cat Arnold, and their challenge match for number 3 in Idaho versus number 9. Are we bringing world ranks into this, Nate?
You know, I mean, we could. So, I mean, world rank right now, Scott is at, you know, we'd have to look it up right this second because they just finished worlds. I believe Spec got, what did he get, 56?
68?
68? Yeah, we need to look those up.
Let's look it up right now.
Don't ask me the question if we don't have the details ready.
You know what?
My goodness, man.
I thought it was right at the tip of your tongue. That's why I asked.
No way. I barely know my own rank anymore.
We're going to get this handy-dandy app created by folks at the USAA and bring that up right now.
So we got Scott Arnold versus Peter Cai. This is a tale as old as time, as they say. You've got, you know, Spec. He has held the rank of number 2 or number 3 in Idaho for a long time. In Idaho, he's actually ranked number 2. He's only third to George Anderson and myself right this second. And so we have a game next week because he destroyed me last night at our weekly, and so I want to regain some honor and see if I can take him out in a challenge match formally. But he's being challenged by Scott right now. If he loses this match to Scott, it would drop Spec multiple ranks in Idaho, and it would increase Scott by quite a bit. I believe he would be taking 5th place. Scott would raise from number 9th to number 5th in Idaho.
I don't think I'd be very sad about that.
If you'd be sad if Spec lost, you'd be okay with that?
I think I'd be okay. And it would bring Scott to the world rank of 67, which is Spec's current rank.
So yeah, so they're not just fighting for state rank; they're actually fighting for world rank right now.
I see there's 2 Peters at 67 and 68.
We see Fluffy Dragon Slayer in the chat saying she's never been lucky enough to catch the intro. This is fantastic. Thanks. We actually got permission from Uber Eats to use our commercial, and I just absolutely love Patrick Stewart and Mark Hamill. It's, you know, the Star Trek versus Star Wars intro. Also, it just so happens it's the only air hockey commercial in existence that we know of. If you know of any other, let us know, because we need more of that.
Yeah, I'd like to find some more. Use them, rotate them.
This game's gonna be starting here in just 1 second. We'd love to start a poll. Actually, we could. Oh, can we do that? Oh, we have the poll going already. Look at that.
It's already going.
It's already. It looks like 67% are voting that Spec wins this battle. Here comes the face-off right now. This game's about to go underway. Oh, immediate
Scott
point.
gets the first blood. Spec is known to sandbag on the first couple just to see what he's dealing with, and then he comes back pretty strong. In my experience, anyways.
Oh, Fluffy Dragon Slayer was actually talking about our intro video, Matt. We made that a long time. And it's actually funny, we were watching the intro again, and even today, Matt's like, man, that guy in the glasses looks so dumb. But like, we did it on purpose, so that'd be really fun to have him wearing the sunglasses and, you know, playing the part of the bad guy, if you will.
Yeah.
Beautiful shot here by Spec. It's now 1-1. Oh no. And Scott immediately turns fire. Oh, the Spec returns fire again. It's now 2-2.
Do you think Scott is doing something different, or is Spec just feeling it out?
You know, I think that, so both these guys just got back from a world tournament, right? So both of them were just in Houston, Texas, competing for world titles. And, instead of just being, oh, wow, this game is just back and forth. Instead of being in the tiny little echo chamber that is Idaho with the small amount of players here, now we have them going up against, world champions and learning lots of different tactics. And so I was really hoping to see a different style out of Scott this time around. I already saw a different style out of Spec yesterday when he beat me. So let's see if Scott is able to rise to the occasion right now with a new style. Spec with his cut off goal and then goes in for the cross, tying up this game 4-4.
Scott sets it up. Oh, and a back of the mallet for Spec. That's unlucky. Spec setting it up. Doing some off goals to bring Scott's defense. Oh, another unlucky.
It's now game point to 4. Scott could. Oh, beautiful cut. That's the shot that gets me. I have to learn how to read that. It's just a perfect cut. Cut straight. Scott needs only one more point to secure the very first game. Is Spec going to give it to him?
I really don't. Not to cheapen Scott's game, but I just don't think that Spec really cares about these first couple games.
Oh, and there it is. Oh, man. The first game goes to Scott Arnold. 5-7. That was over extremely fast. And this is going to bring us into a very quick break in between games here.
Fluffy Dragon Slayer saying, "Ouch,
ouch." It's true though. That was, not only was it super quick, but also sort of unexpected, right? Scott being number 9, Spec being number 3, technically, that really should be much more in Spec's favor. And so this is the underdog story that might end up happening after all.
I'm not convinced. It's been said before that Spec, feels out his opponents and then he comes back with a vengeance and a very different attitude, especially after suffering a loss like this, especially like in the first game. So we'll be able to see very quickly, if this is Scott's day or if it's just another one of Spec's mind tricks.
This game's going to be starting back in just a few seconds here.
Where is Scott coming from in his world rank?
We have David in chat right now saying,
78.
"Scott, let's go! You got this." So there's a lot of, a lot of fan base towards the Scott side of things.
Rooting for the underdog,
Yeah.
for sure, Scott.
In fact, the poll right now is showing a 50-50 right now.
No.
No, it's 60.
No.
60-40. It just keeps changing.
This is like Rotten Tomatoes. Critics versus the people.
It's 60-40 right now. It's already changed. 60-40. Scott Arnold is showing as the favorite right now.
Scott is 78 in the world, so he's coming from behind as well.
So Scott's 78 and what rank is
67.
67 versus 78. Spec immediately gets possession.
And first score goes to Scott.
Ooh, that may have been over.
Over.
Yeah. Over the line there. I tried to take a quick replay of it. Spec scores. It's now 1-1. Scott switches to the left hand, goes for a left wall over. It's missed.
Spec with his setup goes for a straight shot. this early game is looking very different from our tournament last night when Scott played and Spec.
I mean, it's true because they played just yesterday at the Sunday Weekly. We do a fun tournament every week at the arcade. Try to drum in some more players. But Spec beat Scott, pretty handily.
Yeah, agreed.
And I mean, maybe we're seeing a little bit of that more this game. But for Spec to be standing his ground and not only that, but win the first game is pretty
Scott.
awesome. Oh yeah, Scott. The Scott Spec thing. Too many S's.
And Spec with his trademark white mallet. Is it fully Delaran made?
I believe so.
And Scott scores another point.
He had one made out of Teflon. Actually, isn't that the one he's using right now? Is that the Teflon mallet?
I don't think so. I think the Teflon mallet was too soft.
You're too soft. Just kidding. All right.
Was that a fat joke?
No, it was. Yes.
Oh my gosh!
Not kidding.
And me with these stupid jokes. So,
Spec has been, really working on his game like crazy. He was even refusing advice straight up at Worlds. He was like walking away from it. He's like, no advice in the middle of a game. He had just lost a game, and I was like, I know what to do, but nope. He's taking advice from one of the highest players at this point, and he did fairly good at Worlds. He beat some people that he wasn't expected to beat.
he beat a guy that smoked me. Peter Chung.
Yeah. Ooh, beautiful cross right there. I have to analyze this gameplay for my game next week against him. Scott I'm still seeing a lot of the same style from Scott, where he brings it up to the line, does a few practice shots. I wouldn't even call them pump fakes, but he sort of just aims it with a few fake shots like that. Does just kind of swings at it a few times, and then he goes for the shot. But he sort of gives away where he's shooting it with that. He doesn't do it to fake you out. It's not a fake out shot. It's more like a practice swing in golf. So watch as he goes to shoot this. He switches hands. Nope, didn't do it that time. Normally does a pump swing, and he sort of gives away where he's shooting. And what I've noticed is that whenever he's on the left side of his field, so let's see where he does here. So he takes this one he took that one to the right side of his field, and it's either going to be the right wall or a straight. And when he takes it to the left side of the field, like he just did there, it's either a left wall or a straight. And what that means is that all Spec would have to do to block those is just bring his mallet up either left or right, depending on which side he's on. So right now you can see he's on that side of the field. It's very rare for Scott to cross lanes. It's rare for Scott to be on the left side of the field and shoot a right wall attack, and vice versa.
That's a difficult shot.
My point, though, is that he's being predictable. So if you see where Scott's coming right now, he brought it on the right side of his field, and then he did that was decent. He was trying to hit a little bit further over, but he has a pattern, and that pattern is readable. Ooh, 3-7. I didn't even catch that it was game point because that one went really fast near the end there.
Yeah, I was trying to say game point Spec, but you were on a roll.
So we would love for you, if you're watching right now, we're going to go to another break right between this. This is a perfect time to throw some chats in there. You'll see on this break screen, the players are actually able to see all of the comments. There's a TV in the arena right now, and they are able to walk up and read all of your comments. So this is a perfect time to shoot any comments you have in there, any encouragement. If you have any questions, you can throw them in there as well. They also answer questions after the game. This is the best 2 out of 3 sets, and right now we're looking at 1-1 right this second of Scott versus Peter Cai, and so the first one to win 3 more games will take the first set, and is the best 2 out of 3 sets. Also, if you have any comments for the stream, if you think that we can do something to improve, let us know.
Yeah, we have a suggestion box that goes right into the round file.
That guy that walked by had no idea that we're on this camera right now. That was amazing. This just goes to show that it takes a
end break?
It takes a whole team.
Oh, you hit end break.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent.
You know, they each have 1/1 though. Let's get that adjusted. We're about to come up on game number 3 now.
Oh no, you've summoned Spec to
No.
the screen. Oh, he's coming. He's coming back here.
So for those that don't know, Spec is the one that really runs all
Barricade the
this
door.
stuff. So
Put something in front of it heavy.
why isn't it tracking
He's
the?
breaking. Oh god.
Why isn't
he's
it
here.
tracking the games? I may have.
This is the problem when Spec plays because nothing is fixed. And
It's
nothing
true.
Is
We
smooth.
need somebody. If any of you are watching and wondering if you have what it takes to run a live stream event, you should come on down and give it a shot because
Show us how it's done.
without Spec, we're just broken souls, broken shells of humans.
I mean, we get it done. I mean, it's just not as good.
I did that. I was holding for a second.
It's like when you put a diesel on a gas engine.
Yep.
It'll go a little bit.
So right now we're looking at the polls and we're seeing 67% are now rooting for Scott Arnold, which is a pretty drastic switch from when the game started. When it started, there was a 60% ratio saying that Spec was going to win this one. And now after that first game, even continuing on through the second game, it's still in Scott's favor. It's a 67 to 33% poll ratio right now. Matt, who do you think's going to win this game?
I voted for Spec because I believe he will win. I think a lot of the people that have voted want Scott to win.
I mean, Scott's definitely the underdog.
I mean,
Right.
he could win. I'm not saying he can't. I'm just saying my prediction was that Spec will win. Seeing him play at Worlds, seeing Scott play at Worlds.
Okay. So each one was one set? Or, I'm sorry, one game.
Yeah, one game each.
We're now in game number 3. Here comes a face-off. Oh,
Spec scores immediately.
off of the break. And as soon as Anthony lifted up, that was fantastic. As soon as the ref lifted up, Spec went for it. Went with a jungle shot, actually, a double wall. Ooh,
That was nice.
great cross from Scott.
Yeah, it was definitely almost scores it again. Rimmed out of the goal. But he gets it.
He does do it again.
It's very precision.
Very precision. Much wow. And there it's the Spec. Just,
Spec's like, I will not be outdone by your cross.
Okay, but to be fair, Matt, how many times has somebody done a shot on you that you forget that is even in your tool belt and then you immediately use it back on them? It's not just to show them you can do it. It's more like oh yeah, I forgot that shot existed, right? Mm-hmm. So like I often forget the cross. I often go for the right wall under and left wall and cut. And then somebody does a cross on me and it reminds me, oh wait, I can do that. And so I definitely have a lot of monkey see, monkey do complex when I'm playing people.
Most of the times I get yelled at after. Like, why didn't you do this? Why didn't you do that? Nice cross.
Who's yelling at you?
Spec.
Makes sense.
Most of the time it's Spec yelling at me.
Spec's like the soccer mom that we never wanted. I'm just kidding.
Well, Scott sets it up.
Deflected, loses possession, and then instantly scored on from Spec. That was a fantastic
cross.
play. Fantastic play. Once again, Spec takes possession. Scott gets it back. He went for that cross again, but it was deflected.
From Spec's perspective.
Get out.
Spectrovision.
He sets up. He goes for that cross, but he shoots it mid, so it's deflected. Oh no!
Deflected and too much
Scott
momentum.
rightfully blocked that. He blocked it correctly. I mean, it looked like it went in, but he just didn't put enough against it, and so it kept a tiny bit of momentum into his goal. Huge letdown because he was there. He was right where he was supposed to be. Beautiful right wall under from
If
Spec.
you don't-
It's now game point.
Game point spec again. Same situation as last game, 6-3. Can Scott do something to come back this game?
Switches to his left hand. Sets it up. Goes straight down the middle. Loses possession. Does gain it back. Oh, goes for that cut, or that cross again. Spec loses possession. Scott could bring this to 6-5 right now if he makes a shot. Goes for that same cross. You can see that Spec is cheating left now to block that cross. And it's
gets the cross
Scott
again.
Gets the cross again.
And this is critical for Spec right now.
Game point 5. If Spec loses possession right here, it could be tied up.
Ooh, that was over.
Yeah, it definitely was over. Here comes a whistle. Game is now back in play.
Spec. No setup, just fast.
No, then
Loses
Scott
possession.
takes possession back. Could he tie this game up right here? Let's see if he does. Goes for that cross again. It's deflected, but he keeps possession. Goes for that
Spec
cross
is cheating,
again.
cheating now to the other thing. Scott needs to have a different answer.
He really is. I remember hearing that first and thinking, does cheating mean that he's breaking the rules? No, it just means that he's like really sacrificing a lot to block that one. Oh, and now it is tied game.
Cross,
game point.
Cross to the other side.
And Scott has possession. He can win this game right now and make it 2-1. He keeps possession, sets it up.
Now he's setting up the other cross, I think.
From the left-handed side?
Yep. Now Spec
loses
has possession.
Spec's going to close this out. No, he doesn't. He loses possession again.
Whoa.
Oh, no. It's anyone's puck right now. Okay.
Forth.
Scott gains possession. Switches to his left hand. Nope. Goes back to right. Goes for that same cross. He misses. Goes for the cross again.
Ooh.
Keeps possession. Switches to his left hand. Tries something different. And
He
nails
gets
it with the left-handed cross. That is, oh man, this is fantastic. It was 6-3. And you were even asking, is there any way that Scott can bring this back? I believe that is your answer right there.
That is the way.
Oh man, that was fantastic. A comeback from 3-7 before Spec could get one extra point.
That was a good show of focus on Scott's part to come back from that deficit.
It really was. I mean, and it just goes to show you, because I've seen a lot of players, I really have, when they are looking at a game point and they have 3, 2, 1 points, that they will just grab the puck and they'll put it in their own goal on purpose, because they say that they would rather save their energy for the next game. They'll just take the loss and then move on. I don't like ever seeing that. I think it's not over till it's over, and this is a great example of why you should never give up.
Exactly. And now our little ticks for games 1 is finally working again due to the magic of Spec.
I feel bad. He's having to run the stream and play at the same exact time.
Do you think that offers an unfair advantage to his opponent? He's like dividing his...
Yes, for sure.
Dividing his attention.
You can ask any of the tournament runners, the tournament managers that run the world tournaments. They say no matter what, they take a massive loss in their
focus.
Yeah, the quality of their gameplay. We still have the poll. Take a second if you are right now watching this live, and go ahead and vote on who you think is going to win this game. It's still very heavily in Scott's favor, 67-33 right now.
33 is a magic number.
Yes, it is. Scott's up 2-1 now. Spec would have to come back and beat him in 3 games to take the set. Scott gets first possession. Oh,
stuffed.
Beautiful charge. Do you see Spec's sideways glance where he's like, I got this?
I saw the little smirk on his face.
Yeah, he's smirky.
Smirky McSmirkerson.
Yeah, he's lucky that he gave himself the nickname when he came around. We call him Smirks or something. He's got the color for it.
Yeah. That was smirking good.
Scott tied it up, gets possession.
Man, the back of the mallet stuff just always gets me nervous. I can't tell. Was it a cut or a cross?
I mean,
With
because
Scott?
so for Scott that's a cross. Oh no, it's his left hand, so that
He's
was a
always
cut.
switching hands, though.
It was a cut. Yeah, so the cut and the cross, the only difference between a cut and a cross is which side of the gold's scored on, and which hand that you're using. And so
nice.
it gets very complex when the player's switching hands and making shots.
If you notice, that came from the right side to the left
he
wall.
did. So that's one of the few times that he has that exception. Usually when he's playing right-handed, he moves to the right side of the table. When he's playing left-handed, he plays the left side. So see how he's using his right hand?
That was very fast.
That was a sweet shot. Beautiful cross. All right. Cross. But that one time that you're talking about, he did it from the opposite side of the table. Oh, no.
Scored on himself to equalize. That is always a bummer, and
that could be the change of a game. If this game gets to 6-6, and Spec wins by 1 point, it could easily be because of that 1 point that Scott scored on himself. Ooh. He's seeing that Spec is weak on that side. How many shots now has Scott done on that same exact side on Spec?
is Spec just letting that go and blocking something else?
Possibly. When I play him, I do a lot of cuts, and so he usually has that side pretty well guarded. Again, the same side. He's not covering that side. It's now game point to 5. And then he loses possession.
See frustration in Spec. He blocked it that time, got it back possession. And 6-6
Ties
again.
it up again. See, if Scott loses this, it could just be because of that 1 point he scored on himself. Oh, but he gets the final point!
And now suddenly Spec is in a very tough position.
It's now 3-1. If Scott wins one more, he takes the first set. You can see how he pulls it up and goes for the opposite side, though, because Spec was now cheating left to block that cross.
Which is a very tactically sound move for Scott to do.
It really is. You can see at the top of the screen now, it's now 3-1. And this is best 2 out of 3. And so now is Scott's chance to take this whole thing away.
So having seen all this, do you think this is the same Scott of 1 month ago?
I do. A bit. That sounds very mean to say. But he still has what we'd call still puck, right? He doesn't have a drifting release yet. So he still brings it up really slow, takes his time on the shot, and then does a few pump fakes and does a shot. I think he's more accurate than he was, and that's really showing. I don't see a lot of change in his play style, though. And I still think that what could block all of those straights and banks is just by moving up the defense a little bit.
Okay.
Then again,
It's still kind of early, but I'm just wondering, something seems to be a little bit different in Scott.
the guy that beat me yesterday is now losing to Scott. So I mean,
suddenly the pole is drifting towards Spec a little bit.
it's 57% to 43% Scott still. We are now going into game number 5. And this is a possible set game
yeah.
for Scott.
Some encouragement from Fluffy Dragon Slayer. Our game points have disappeared again, which I think will probably summon Spec again to...
It's all right.
No, he didn't see it.
We know it's
He didn't see it.
3-1.
Oh, he just looked over. That's going to irritate him. Oh, here he
no.
comes. Here he comes.
It's the worst because he needs to focus on his game right now and not worrying about how the stream is presented. It's all right.
He can't let it go. He was just looking to see which side he was on. I see it irritating him. I see that twinge of irritation in his...
You can see his smirk is just gone. All right.
Okay, let's see. Spec gets first possession.
He almost scored on himself there.
Almost.
Okay, so we've been seeing a very like nonchalant.
It's out of play.
Yep. We've been seeing a very nonchalant Spec playing, and I'm really hoping this takes him to the to 100%.
Well, he did put his headband on, or did he have it on the whole time?
He did not. I told him that's why I lost yesterday. After the first 2 games, I didn't have my headband on, then I put it on and I still lost. So even with the magic of the headband, I still lost. 2-0 now. Yeah, this is what I'm saying. Now Spec he's pushed to his limit, and so now he's not going to allow.
I think he's upset.
Exactly. That's exactly it. But that anger or fury, as I put it, I try not to get angry. Yesterday I got pretty upset. I tried to get angry. I tried to turn it into fury, right? To
I noticed
intensity.
A little bit.
And so it looks like there's a lot more intensity coming out of Spec right now.
It's more of a smolder.
So like, you see what I'm saying here? Scott still sets it up. He still goes for still puck. He still almost stops the puck. It's a very slow drift. So like, watch as he really slow drift here, and then he goes for that shot. Oh no!
I think Fluffy Dragon. I can't even say it. Fluffy Dragon Slayer is asking if Scott got a little bit better at reading his opponents. It's possible.
And he got trained while at Worlds. He asked a lot of the pro players for some advice, and they gave him some good advice on how to block. Oh, that was a
good shot.
Great shot. You can see that Spec was there, and then he just jerked, and that half an inch just lost him that point. He was there, and then he moves, and then he came back. But it was just enough to lose that point. It's actually Scott's first point on the board. Another amazing shot.
Game point Spec.
Game point to 1 right now. Spec just being absolutely relentless, turning up the intensity, and not giving this set away. And there it is, like that.
7-1.
Final shot replay brought to you by Ruthless Real Estate. Look at that, 7-1, and he gets him with a cut.
Just by activating his headband.
That's all it takes sometimes. So, what you should be seeing here is 2-3 right now. There it is. So, if you look at the top of the screen, you can see right now it's 2-3, and so Spec will need to win 2 more games to take the set. Scott only needs 1 more game. The poll's still showing right now. It's at 57-43 in Scott's favor. If you're watching this, throw us a chat in the comments. We'll read it out if you'd like. We got a Moog in chat saying, "Spec, chill, please don't do it to him." don't do it to him. We've got David Jean saying, "Good job, Scott, on that last game there." We've got.
These are so old.
I know. I'm reading some old chats because
I'm all the way down here.
Oh man.
And then Fluffy Dragon Slayer is like, yeah, Spec is good at mind games.
There's not many normal air hockey players. That doesn't really exist. We're all a bit crazy.
Yeah.
We're going to game 6 now.
Spec, your stock went up a few percentage points. People are starting to believe. Do you believe in miracles?
If we base their wins just based off of the poll, like, hey, you have to start losing because people aren't voting for you. You need to make them believe.
I think Spec's defense for his gameplay before, he's like, oh, I was trying to make it interesting. Let's make a poll on that.
Spec has been known to purposefully go easy on people to make it more fun to watch, which I disagree with.
I also disagree with.
I think it should be 100% all the time. It doesn't help your opponent if you go kind of easy on them.
I think it's a BS.
But it's funny because Scott's known as the alley cat, but really Spec plays with his food a lot more than Scott would. But right now, with Spec looking down the barrel of possibly losing the set, he doesn't really have the The luxury. Oh, that's good. That's good. But if you whisper into the mic, then they know that you whispered it. The luxury.
It wasn't like I stage whispered it. And here we go. Possible another set game for Scott if he can win this, and Specs wins me nothing. Scott sets it up. Spec gets possession. Scott gets possession. Let's look from Scott's perspective.
Oh,
And he
first blood
scores
goes to
that
Scott.
over.
I mean, right now he's now tied his score from last game. Let's see how much intensity Spec is going to put into it. You know, what I think could possibly happen, though, is that Spec just reminded himself that last game he still got what it takes to easily beat Scott. So now the question is he going to lose intensity because of it? That win could actually have increased Scott's intensity and lowered Spec's. Timeout on the play?
Scott called out timeout?
Yeah, I think he...
Is he sweating all over the table?
Possibly. I find that hard to believe because we have it down in that...
Something's going on with his table?
Yeah. In the
His
studio
side?
right now, it is 65 degrees. Thanks to right now heating
That was a good
air.
timeout. Got him a point.
It did. Oh, immediately served back. It's now 2-2.
Well, it's the best dish served cold, right? Revenge.
Agreed.
Oh, there he is with
Oh, that
that.
same shot. And you can tell that okay, so right there, now you can see the intensity change. Yep, there it is. So Spec gets scored on with that same shot. He gets mad, his intensity increases, he starts moving a lot faster, he's a lot more precise all of a sudden. His shots are a lot harder. Yep, I vote that Spec is gonna win this round based off of that. The thing is that he is literally 4 points away from losing this set.
That was just a few centimeters from going in.
Oh, he almost got possession back. Scott has it right now. Scott could tie up this game. Scott sets it up. Pump fake. He goes for the swing. It's deflected.
That was very mid.
Very mid. That sounds like a fun shirt to make. An insult in air hockey. It's always an insult. If you shoot it right down the middle, it's a bad shot.
Just a couple centimeters. He just needs to move a couple centimeters.
Actually, Jessica asked me that. She goes, okay, it's a cut if it's on one side, it's a cross if it's on the other. She goes, what is it called when the shot goes directly down the middle? And I said, it's a crappy shot. It's what we call it. It's a bad shot. You should never be aiming for the very center. It's like a garbage shot. I said, it's just called mid. And now that I think about it, very mid would be a really funny shirt to wear as an insult.
Mm-hmm.
It's like saying, you basic. That was a very mid shot from Spec there,
Mid-transition.
deflected.
Scott's focus seems to be falling apart a little bit.
I'm glad the headband thing is catching on, because otherwise I'd just look like a freak. But now if everyone looks like a freak, I look normal. Is that right?
Yeah, I don't sweat, so I don't need a headband.
You don't sweat?
No.
Okay, you know what? I'm finding right now, that's what you need to do. You need to increase your intensity so much to where you sweat. Haven't you ever seen an anime ever? You gotta increase your core body temperature.
My body temperature increases, but
Obviously not. Not enough to tell
not
your
how-
body that you need to cool itself down.
yeah, I'll overheat and just explode. That's it. Core meltdown.
It's been a minute since somebody scored a point. Spec hit it off the table. Scott has possession. It's now back in play. Great
Spec's getting
shot.
antsy.
Spec was way out of position to block, but Scott missed it. But Spec was way out of defensive position. So he is actually, like you said, he's getting antsy. He's getting Spec to rush and get out of a good
When
position.
there's really no need for him to rush. He's up by a point. He's controlling the game right now, and he has no need to rush at all.
He's got a lot of possession time right now. I heard Scott talking earlier about playing you. Actually, he was teaching a new player, and he was like, "Hey, possession's a really big thing." Blah blah. He was explaining that. He's like, when Matt is a good example. If you have more possession time on Matt, it really gets in Matt's head. Kind of makes him upset. And it's true to, I think, any player that if you keep the puck away from them, like Spec's doing right now, he's keeping the puck away. He's hitting these off goals. Ho ho ho! Screaming fast right wall under. Ah, the speed on that one was amazing. And Scott was blocking for the cut. It's now 4-5.
Spec gets possession of that. That's pretty good.
Again with the cut. It's now game point to 4. And right here, Spec could shut this whole game down.
It's Scott's shots are just losing steam.
And there it is. Final shot replay. I was going to say Scott could bring this back like he did from 3 points, but not this time. Spec has the intensity. He goes with the drift. He brings it up and then gets him with the cross. It is now tied up 3 games to 3 games. Oh, man. And the poll is still showing 57 to 43, still in Scott's favor, but it's getting so close in these polls right now. I mean, to be honest, it's 3 to 3 right this second.
I don't think you can vote again in the poll. So as new people come in, they see the performance and they vote as they come in.
Speaking of new people, it would be really fantastic if anybody watching this right now, would you guys mind giving us a subscribe? You know, that helps us a ton. If you don't mind liking it.
You can also give the thumbs up, like it.
Yeah.
And hit the bell for when we go live.
Can't they give the thumbs up also as in like an emoji? Like they spam the heart button and stuff? They can't even do the thumbs up emoji.
I don't know about spamming the heart button.
Can they? Let's find out.
Does anybody know how to spam? Does that
It's
go into
not. It's a smiley face or a heart. I'm seeing that right now. Either way, there we go. I'm seeing people hitting that heart button. If you guys wouldn't mind taking a quick second, we've got a few seconds left before the next game starts. Would you mind just sharing this with your friends and letting them know this game is happening live right this second? It's really rare for a sport to be able to have the fans be able to contact the players live and answer questions live. So let's take advantage of that. Why don't you guys ask some questions? These guys will answer them for you in just a second. We only have one more game anyway until after the first set. So it's 3 to 3. The next player that wins the next game takes the whole set, and we're going to have a second where you can answer some questions, a little question and answer time in between sets. And so get those questions ready. And now we're on to game number 7. You know, Scott was up 3 games to 1. He had this by all rights, and Spec just is closing him out right now, just shutting him down completely. So if Spec keeps this intensity, I think he has this.
One thing I think about Scott is that he will find something that works, and then he'll go away from that.
I think that you're right. I call it the bread and butter, right? The thing that you're the most comfortable with.
Mm-hmm.
Scott will try something new and unique. It works, and he goes right back to what's comfortable instead of, you know, stretching that muscle. I think that that's how players grow the most is during a game. They're playing a game. They are forced to get out of the comfort zone, doing something they're not comfortable with doing, an over, some form of a double wall, some form of an off speed, and they learn from it, right?
Oh yeah.
But I think that you're correct, because like I'm saying, I'm seeing a much different game from Spec right now, and I'm seeing roughly the same game from Scott. One to 0, Spec ahead right now. Ooh, and Scott returns with that cross, that same shot that's been plaguing Spec. Spec gets him with a right wall under.
If Scott could just cut cross Spec, I mean, he would be winning every game.
He can, but Spec would just need to bring up his defense. So
But he's
Scott
not.
has to keep in his unders.
half point.
We call that a garbage shot in the air hockey world. An unintentional double wall. They do work once in a great while. And you know, and Spec should have blocked that, but not only was it a double wall, but it was off speed. It was a bit slower than normal.
And
so
he pretended to do that. That was amazing.
I highly doubt it, because we're not seeing any of those types of shots coming from Scott. Although Chris Gibson was playing against, who was he playing against? And he beat him solely with just double walls. It was a Dan Meyer. He beat him only with double walls. Just like that was the one shot he wanted to do over and over again, just to get in his head. Scott loses possession. It's right now tie game. Each player only needs 5 more points to take the first set. And remember, it's only 2 sets that they need to close out this entire match. Spec scores on a cut there. I feel like Scott is crossing Spec a lot, and Spec is cutting Scott. Spec says, if you cross me, I'll cut you.
Wow, isn't it the opposite? There's just not a lot of sauce in these shots from Scott. I just want to see more power. More zing, you know?
Well, I think that's the thing, is that he's focusing so much on aiming. So he stops a puck. He gets it really slow. I mean, that puck is almost staying still right there, right?
The
It's
deception
right there.
is gone.
It's almost still. So Spec knows exactly where the puck is going to be hit from, which is one of the 3 tenets of air hockey. You don't want them to know where it's being hit from, where you're hitting it to, and when you hit it. And Scott, because he has no cadence in when he hits, he doesn't really do that many delays. It's almost the same every time. So he's taking 2 of the 3 things that he should be keeping secret, and he's telegraphing those to Spec right now. He's showing him where he's going to hit it and when he's going to hit it. And by how he's sticking it on the table on each side, he's basically telling him where he's going to hit it to as well.
My bad. That was a bad camera change.
No worries. 5-2 now. Spec is only...
that was in, and it bounced out.
Spec is only 1 point away now from taking this entire
Set point,
set.
Spec.
And those 3 games that Scott won will have been for nothing. This could be it right here.
Spec with the off goals.
Toying with him with these off goals, and then immediately gets him on the cross. You could see him do his arm pump.
And as we can see,
victory.
the poll went right to 50-50.
Oh, it did.
Ow.
It did. Everyone's thinking now it's tie game when, oh man, beautiful shot though. And I mean, to come back after only winning 1 game to winning the other 3 in a row, was pretty fantastic.
That's a true Spec fashion.
It really is. So Spec now with his first set, we're gonna be going to a match break right now, and we're going to right now have the players go and sit down and answer some of
Relax
your
on the
questions.
couch.
Yeah, and talk about the game for a second.
Get your questions ready, chat, because they're going to be answering them.
Yeah. So we're about to go over there in just 1 second. I would love to take a second and talk about our sponsors real quick here.
Do it.
Yeah, so first of all, I'd love to thank Ruth Kamichek. She's amazing. Ruth Kamichek, we say Ruthless Real Estate because it's so fun to say that, you know, this replay is powered by, you know, this Ruthless Replay is powered by Ruth Kamichek. She's just the best. You should give her a call, 208-965-3570. She specializes selling homes in Idaho. And so if you're in the area and you need to buy a home, you need to look for a place to rent, you need someone just to talk to about selling a home, she's the one that you should go to. I don't just say this because she's sponsoring us. I say this because she's the person that I used to buy my home after we lost our home in a fire. She's absolutely incredible. She cares very much for the people that she works with. She goes to bat for you. She's helped many of my family members and friends buy homes, and they all have raving reviews for her. So you should definitely give her a call. She is fantastic. And also, we have right now heating and air conditioning. These guys are amazing. There's a reason why the only people that are content with the temperature right now are our 2 players. Everybody else is shivering in the house because we have it down to like 65 degrees. It is about 100 degrees outside right now, and yet the players are content and everybody else is freezing. These guys are amazing. Give them a call, 208-585-5868. What makes them so awesome is that they were able to come out here with almost zero notice. They had somebody out here in no time. They were able to replace the air conditioners at my home. We had 2 different units they had to replace, and they did it in very little time. And they walked me through the entire process. They actually had me at one point go up in the attic to check on their work before they left, which was amazing. Every time they walked in the house, they put on these, I call them little booties, right? So they don't track any dirt or mud into the house. They were extremely respectful. They took a lot of time. I didn't feel like I was rushing them in any way, shape, or form. And I know that they have a lot of work to do. I saw the amount of work they did. I took pictures of all of the things they replaced from the attic in the front yard as they were getting ready to haul them all off for me. It was incredible. So I'm gonna bring up that slide one more time. These guys are the best. So right now, heating and air conditioning. These guys, they pride themselves on offering the best prices, best service, best warranties around. And I can attest to that because I went through them myself. They've helped us many times. Don't settle for anything less when it comes to your home comfort. Give them a call, 208-585-5868, or you can visit right now, heatcool.com. They're incredible. I have one more story to tell about them just because it was kind of amazing. When we first moved to the house 5 years ago, we had them out to check on our heating and air conditioning, and they said, hey, is there anything else you need after they did an inspection? And I said, not unless you do plumbing, as a joke. I didn't realize they did plumbing also. And the guy says, yeah, I could take a look. We go upstairs. He takes a look at this leaky faucet that we had. And he noticed on the counter there was a bottle of eczema lotion, because my daughter at the time had really bad eczema. Her knuckles would crack and bleed. And we didn't realize that the water here in Idaho was a little bit, what they call hard water, right? It has a lot of calcium and, the white powder you see that crystallizes around your faucets. And he says, hey, I don't want to intrude, but I'm seeing that you got this bottle of eczema lotion. That is definitely because of the hard water here. What you really need is a water softener. I don't want to upsell you. I'm just letting you know that could help a lot. And I said at the time, I'm like, I don't know if I really want to make that investment. I looked into it. I eventually decided to go with it because I was sick of seeing my daughter's hands bleeding all over the place, because she couldn't barely even make a fist without her fingers bleeding. And they put a water softener in, and just like they said, now perfectly smooth hands. My daughter, I can hold her hands and not have her knuckles cracking and bleeding. So these guys are really thoughtful. They weren't just doing it for the upsell. They actively were saying, hey, I see an issue that you have, and just letting you know that this could fix it for you if you need. So love those guys a lot. All right, we're going to be going right now to the side of the room here. You guys can ask these guys some questions. So get your questions ready. Start posting them in the chat right this second. And thank you once again for tuning in. Thank you for giving the American Air Hockey League your time today. It's an important time, and so thank you for giving us some of your time. I'll meet you in the other room. Scott, I don't even know what to say about that game. You had him. You had him dead to rights, as we would say. It was 3-1 game-wise. And we started saying that Spec was getting smirky. Like at that first game that he won, he did like this little smirk. You can see him. He did this really good shot. And he looks over the camera and he smirks. And we're like, oh, okay. He's getting smirky. And then after you beat him in a game or two, then he started to get serious. And you beat him in the third game, and he got very serious. And his shots started to get like way harder, way faster, way more accurate. Yep. So in your opinion, what changed between after your third win?
Well, I think part of what changed is, of course, he's used to my 3-shot combo I was doing there, those from that side of the table, and basically my thing is I just need to be consistent with my I think psychologically consistent. I tend to have to put a lot of energy into not getting overly intense, like up in my head, and that sometimes can backfire, because if I get too intense, it throws my game off horribly. So I think just in general, I need to get better at closing out, like when things are going good, because I have this problem where things are going great and then things just collapse. So I think just in general, that's the thing I need to work on.
Closing a game out is very hard.
Yeah.
It's very, very hard. I lost 3 different matches at Worlds. It's 2 specifically where I was up 2-0 and then ended up losing the next 3 games in a row. Yep. Just one adjustment that is made that, can't be countered. Spec, how do you feel about that? He's up 3 games on you, so what went through your head?
I think on his third win, I started kicking it up a little bit. So a little bit more,
saw that.
A little bit more intensity, a little bit more, better play.
He wiped the smirk right off your face. He wiped it right off your face. You were all smirky. I almost did a replay of your smirk. We would just look over the camera. And you're like, I got this.
I cross, and then I was just hitting mid, and so I just had to use a different setup that's more readable, but it goes so fast that you can't really react to it.
So question for you guys. Jessica asked me yesterday, she goes, okay, if it's on the left side of the goal, it's a cut. If it's on the right side of the goal, it's a cross. She goes, what is it called when it's a straight shot and goes directly into the middle of the goal. And I basically said it's just a crappy shot, right? It's a mid shot, very mid.
It's just a power straight shot to the middle. Right?
Yeah, but I basically what I said was it's never intentional.
Yeah.
It's almost like a garbage shot. We don't mean to do that,
right?
So I'm like, it doesn't really have a name because it's just a bad shot, you know.
Right.
And so, and then like as we were saying it, Spec, you did this shot. We're like, wow, that was very mid. Also, we're like, oh, that'd be an insult in the air hockey world. A shirt that just says like you're very mid or something, like you're basic. And so,
Shots are mid.
your shots are so mid.
Yeah.
All right, so going into this next set, what are both of your mindsets?
Well, my mindset is basically just staying in that sweet spot, not getting too intense, not taking it too casual, so I'm nice and calm, focused. Yeah, just taking it slower, breathing between my little just setups and stuff, and pretty much that. Just consistency and calm, basically. Yep.
How about you?
I'm putting everything on the table right now. I'll put everything on the table.
Let it all hang out.
I'm letting it all hang out, guys.
Brick house. We saw that you got the headband on after he won 3 games, so...
Yeah, that was the indication.
Yeah, I thought it was
Just
going to help
set it
me
up.
yesterday, but you destroyed me yesterday. And I'm like, man, if you were able to beat me and Scott's able to beat you...
Exactly destroyed.
I thought I
You
had
destroyed my
him
heart.
in those 7-6 games. Like, I was up 4 or 5 points in those games, and then he came back, and I just wasn't hitting my cross.
I mean, it's true.
It was always going mid. I'm like, what the hell's
If
happening?
it's true, I mean, you can see on the screen right there, in the numbers in red are the ones that were 7-6 games. And so right now, Scott has he's 2 for 2 when it comes to winning at the 7-6, which means that if you right now get to 6-6, chances are obviously lower in this match to, get that last point against him. Why do you think that is?
Like him closing out, or I just wasn't hitting my shots. You saw my cross. I was trying to get that final cross in, and it kept going mid.
So Scott, one question that Matt asked me a bunch, he goes, are you seeing a different game out of Scott this time around? I may be seeing sorry, Matt said, hey Nathan, do you think that Scott's using a different game this time around? And I'm not seeing it too much, but I'm wondering how you feel. Like, did you feel like your game's changed a lot? I'm seeing still like you do a lot of still puck, you let the puck come, dead center or a little bit to the right, a little to the left, and you do kind of like the practice shot, and then you go for the shot. So you're kind of giving away where you're shooting it from and when you're going to shoot it because your timing is about the same.
Right.
So like what I would say is change up your delay on your times, change up your pump fakes, change up your shots. You did this one where you brought it to the right side and then you used your left hand and did a left wall, which was really superb.
Yeah.
But generally, if you're on, and then if you're on the right side table, you're doing right shots. If you're on the left side table, you're doing left wall shots.
Right.
But I guess my question for you is, do you feel that you're playing a very different game after Worlds, or do you feel like you're roughly playing the same game?
Well, I feel like I'm playing a game with additional stuff now, but I found that changing anything during challenge matches is always worse for me than sticking with what's been working. I've noticed this very consistently across every challenge match. So anything change-wise, I always do that outside of challenge matches for the most part, because for whatever reason, it seems to just always fall apart. In any challenge match, I don't know why, but...
I hear what you're saying.
So,
yeah.
because basically I have to stick with what I can rely on, even though they may block it a decent amount, at least it's better and more reliable to me psychologically than stuff that I don't rely on.
I call it the bread and butter,
Yeah,
right?
basically.
What you're comfortable with. Okay, so we got some questions in chat. I see over there. I actually forgot to grab my phone, so now I have to use like X-ray
I don't think
vision.
anyone has said anything yet.
No one said anything new.
No, it was
They're
Puppy
so
Dragon Slayer with Mind
they're
Games
so
and Puzzle.
captivated with this conversation. And okay, what do you guys think about the poll that they put on there? So I will say at the very start of the stream, Scott,
It's still
you were
waiting for
losing. It was
Scott.
60-40 Spec. But right after the stream started, like it started with 60-40, then right afterwards when some more people came in, it jumped 33 to like 63 or whatever in your favor. And it stayed in your favor heavily, but then as you started to win those games, it started to change as people started coming in. So now
always funny how
it's
that
getting
happens.
closer and closer, but it's still in your favor.
Yep.
Do you think that you're gonna win this challenge match?
Yes, that's my focus and intent. Yep.
Scott or Spec, do you think you're gonna win this challenge match?
Yeah, I got high hopes.
Okay, hopes. Okay, he's hoping he wins. All right, sounds bad for you, my friend. All right, we'll see you guys on the table. Good luck.
All right.
And we're back. I'm really looking forward to this next set here because this is where the rubber meets the road. Is Scott going to adjust to what Spec is doing on the table? Is Spec going to keep up his amount of intensity? It's still anyone's game, as seen by Scott's comeback from 3. It was 6-3, and he came back from 3 points and won it. So it's still anyone's game. However, Spec does have one set. He only needs to win 4 more games, and this entire match is over.
Well, I wouldn't say anyone's game because I can't win this game. You can't win this game.
You can if you catch the puck if it flies off the table without touching it.
That's true. If it was from here, that would be amazing. Like it goes in the air, I run from the booth out there, catch the puck. I think I should win more than one game.
We used to have this old table at my house. It was not a dynamo table, and the puck would fly off all the time. And the rule was if anybody caught the puck before it hit anything else, if it didn't hit a wall or anything else, didn't hit the ground, if somebody caught it, they won the game, whether or not they were playing the game. So if there was a bystander watching and they happened to catch the puck, we're like, well, they just won the game. You know, they get an extra point. It was really fun. What it meant was that we had a big crowd of people that would stand by the table and just get ready. They were like the seagulls off of Finding Nemo.
Mine. Oh gosh, Spec busted in here like he was the cops. That made me fearful for a second.
I know.
I was like, what did I do?
I fear him less when I'm playing him than when I'm running any form of the stream. And I mean, I feared him pretty bad yesterday because he was whooping on me in air hockey, but right now I fear for my life every time that door opens.
Can you imagine if he had like a whip or something like that? Like a bullwhip? Dude, we would be tore up.
Inside the imagination of Matt.
Yes, randomness. Can you imagine being stuck in my head?
No.
It'd be crazy. I don't think you'd survive.
Basically, what you just asked, though, when you just said, could you imagine what it'd be like to be stuck in my head? You're basically saying, Nathan, could you imagine what I'm imagining? And the answer is no.
I think you could if you tried.
Are you thinking what I'm thinking? No, because I'm thinking what I'm thinking.
Nope, more problems with the table. Scott is like, I am unhappy with this table. I just want him to yell one time, this table!
This big table! The tables yesterday that we were playing on, I thought it was my mallet, but every person had a problem with their mallets yesterday, so it tells me that it was a table that just needed to be cleaned up. The tables here, though, are pretty dang clean.
My mallet was fine, but my result seemed to indicate that it wasn't.
Yep. Was your table. That was a face-off.
That was. Who is that?
His name is Israel.
Oh, Israel was here.
He's new to the air hockey scene, and it looks like he got conned by the other ref to have to do the face-off.
Oh, Anthony. Anthony. Hey, man, can you stand here and wear this shirt for a second?
Yep.
Yeah, that's perfect. Thanks. Bye.
Oh, man. I was talking about Tim. We don't have Tim here, our resident ref. And when Tim first started, we just had him as a ref just because he looked like a ref. And
he's the best.
And Ray Nugent didn't know that. And so Ray was like, oh, that guy, you know, who's that guy? And I was like, oh, that's, yeah. He's like, you guys have like this trained ref there. And I'm like, no, man, he didn't even know how to ref at the start. We just kind of had him playing the part because we needed a ref. We have the ref off cameras. We're the refs, basically. We've got lots of people watching this game.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah. But at the start, nope. We looked at that guy and said, you look like a ref. Would you please ref for us? And he said, I don't know how to ref. We're like, we'll teach you. But you look so much like a ref, you need to be our ref.
Yeah, I'm with Fluffy Dragon Slayer. Just flip the table. When the match, go outside and flip cars.
You know, it's true, but here's the thing. Spec on the side is legit like a massive weightlifter.
Strong man.
Yeah, he really is. And so out of all the players, he actually could flip the table over.
Yeah.
I could do it, but it would sound like an old man dying of something horrible.
I could do it, but it'd probably be the last thing I ever did.
Yeah, exactly. I could do it one time, but don't talk to me ever again. Like,
Yeah,
make sure the
exactly.
camera fades to black, and that's it. First point. It's a long first point.
After we were talking for so long, and then a point was scored. gave me this job, pushing buttons.
Scott sets it up, goes for a left wall. It's deflected, takes it middle, goes for left wall again. Ooh,
And gets scored on right. I think that was a mid shot, right in the middle. And then Scott returns the favor.
You know, that was a left-handed cross from Scott. He's gotten a few of those against Spec. It's now 1-3. Scott's taking a second to think about it.
Recenters.
So you'll notice, so I want to point something out though. A lot of, that was in and it flew out. Look at this replay. Oh, that sucks for Scott. Look at this. He goes for it. He shoots it in. It bounces clean out.
Not to be crass, but that's the table giving you a gigantic middle, you know what.
Yes, a middle shot. Mid. So something I wanted to point out though is that I was talking to Scott about time delays. You'll notice that he takes almost the same amount of time each time he has possession. So he gets it so like 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so about 4-ish seconds. Let's see if he gets it back and what that time frame will look like. Okay, so he gets it back. 1, 2, 3, 4. He shoots it again, right? Gets it back. 1, 2. Okay, that was a good change up. Generally though, he's doing it around the same time, so he's giving away when he's gonna hit it. You should definitely change that up a bit. Take 1 to 7 seconds, take 1 to 2. The rules in air hockey are that you have to get it to cross that line in 7 seconds. Otherwise you lose, you get warned, and if you do it again, you lose the possession of the puck. So you can hit an off goal, you can hit it when it bounces back, just like that right there. That would reset the timer. So right now he's got 7 seconds. If he gets it back, you get 7 more seconds. So for a player to get rid of it after 2 seconds constantly is not a very wise decision. You should take some time with it.
Not the shot clock.
Yeah. Spec steals possession back. It's 5-1. Scott's only scored 1 time in this game. I think that, and you know, Scott said something a second ago while on the couch, and now it's game point to 1. Scott said something that was a little bit worrisome. He said, I don't do any adjustments. I don't change my game style while playing the game. Oh, there it is.
7-1.
7-1.
It looks like the chat has noticed as well, because the momentum looks like it's shifted as well.
It is.
55-45 now.
Yep, Spec is now winning in the polls. So this gives him the first win in this set.
Jaden Roberts has joined the chat. It says, hi, Nathan.
Hey, Jaden. Good to see you, man. All right. So the thing is, though, that air hockey is entirely about the adjustments.
What's up, Jaden? What's good, man?
So when it comes to the adjustments, if Scott is not only willing, actually, I mean, not only able to see it, but not only willing to try to change his style to block how Spec has now changed his style, I don't see a way that Scott's going to win this game. Because if you ask the pros, they say that it's constant adjusting. You know, you find something that's winning against your opponent, now your opponent has to adjust to block it. And then your opponent finds something that works on you, and now you have to adjust to block it. It's a game of constant adjustments. And they say the winner is the one that has the most, the one that's the most flexible with his adjustments, the one that finds the most weaknesses in their opponent's armor. And in this case, Scott is kind of saying, hey, I don't want to experiment during the game because then I will lose. But in my opinion, that is the recipe to lose.
If you're being dominated and you don't make an adjustment for that not to happen, you will lose. It's as simple as that.
There's a game I was playing, and they have this commentary. You know, you're in a car, you're just listening to the radio, and they had professionals like record just funny commercials for the radio, and they were on this fake in this video game, and they're talking about this fake sport that they were talking about. They were doing commentary, but they never actually explained what the sport was. And they just kept saying, like, if this person doesn't score more points than the other person, there's no way they can win. And it was really funny, but it's kind of the truth of the matter. In this case, if Scott is not able to adjust and score more points than he is right now, breaking through Spec's defense and blocking Spec shots, he's not going to win this game. Ooh, that was a fantastic left wall over attempt by Scott. It was barely missed.
Off speed too.
It was diabolical. Spec was completely out of position. There he goes. I was gonna say he should do that again. It worked. Spec was completely caught off guard by it. He was in a completely wrong position to block. He was wide open, and Scott just barely missed it. Spec gets him with the cross. Scott gets him back with a cut.
Well, I don't know what that was. That was just crazy.
Oh, Spec could have actually retained that puck. He let that one go. Oh, there he goes. Transition
extension.
shot. I thought he was about to let it get away from him. I was about to say, like, don't let that get away from you, dude. It's like right here, you barely missed it. He almost let it get away, and he went for that shot, and it actually caught Spec off guard.
I wonder if that shot taught him something.
I don't think so. Because my opinion is that it would be uncomfortable for him to do that. Because he would have to shoot on his own off goal.
That's such a great shot from that line right there. Look, he did it again.
There's a shot that I was talking about earlier. Then Spec immediately serves it back. Yeah, there's a smirk. But Scott with that left wall over, great shot. And by over, it means it goes to the far side of the goal. Okay, that was a very readable shot. Spec deflected. Brings it up again, right down the middle, again deflected. Then goes for that left wall over.
Oh no, Spec juggles it into his goal. Nobody likes seeing that. And
they don't like seeing it, but we'll replay it.
Oh. What a jerk.
I would have paid some good money for Spec to score on himself yesterday when it was 6-6 in our games. Man, I'm still bitter about him beating me. He did so good, though.
Ray, that's exactly what this is. Game 2, set 2. And our little pips are not showing that.
Yeah, our tracker's not working the best today, and that's all right. So this is game number 2. Spec has won 1 game already, and he also won 1 set. However, Scott was up 3 games to 1 in the prior set, and Spec came back to win it all. There was even a game where it was 6-3 in Spec's favor, and Scott went from 3 points to winning that game.
Yep. That's your update, brought to you by the American Air Hockey League.
It's now 6-6. And this is for game number 2. If Spec wins this, he'll have 2 games up and he'll only need 2 more. If Scott wins this, it'll tie up the second set. Oh, and there it is with the left-handed cross.
I think now Scott is 3 for 3 on 6-6 games.
Yep, he's 3 for 3 now. He's won every 6-6. Brings it up, goes for that cross. It's a beautiful shot. Spec overcorrected.
I'm very surprised that Scott is doing so well versus Spec right now.
Agreed. And this is coming from the guy that lost to Spec yesterday. I lost him yesterday, and now he comes back.
Well, don't leave everybody hanging. Explain to Ray what happened so he understands as well.
So Ray yesterday at the weekly, Ray's one of our pro players. He lives in North Carolina. And so... he is going to be interested in the fact that yesterday at the weekly, I've won every weekly for over a year and a half now, maybe 2 years.
When out-of-state people weren't involved,
yeah.
Jacob Griffith.
And so, but yesterday, he used the same method that Phil Arnold, Matt Lemoyne,
thanks, Beck,
and Dan Meyer used against me. This just cut straight and this cross straight, and it got me. I lost. 3 of our games yesterday were 6-7 that he won. One of them was 7-5 that he won. So he got me and beat me in my own game. I took second place for the first time
in his own house.
Roughly 2 years. My own house at the arcade. So, all right, we're diving into the game number 3 now. It is now 1-1. You can see at the top, Specs won 1 set, and they've each won 1 game. We've got our poll now, and now it's showing 62% that Spec is going to win this one versus Scott's 38. So this poll's been back and forth and back and forth.
Jaden wants to make sure that you're doing okay.
Jaden wants to know, I'm okay. My ego is hurt from yesterday's loss. Oh, right down the middle. Spec blocks it, but gives it back to him. You know, these shots from Scott I'm seeing are just a little bit lacking in power, kind of like you mentioned. They're like all just kind of at like 90% power, maybe 85. Beautiful. See, in that shot right there, it's almost too fast to see. If you blink, that shot's in your goal.
This frame skipping shot. Ooh.
That was good.
Return to sender, Scott says.
Matt, do you know that Bruce Lee was so fast, they actually had to have him slow his punches down so they could catch them on the camera that they had at the time?
I did know that.
So whenever I'm like slowing my game down, it's just so that people can see it.
Well, yeah, of course. I do the same thing because my shots are so fast. I want to get a good shot on the stream so people don't miss what I'm doing, you know?
When Fry in Futurama drinks his 100th coffee, or when Hammy in Over the Hedge has an energy drink.
It's a good over.
That is me.
Oh, it was deflected off of Spec's mount into his own goal, which I mislabel as an over.
It's 2-2 now. Oh, and he goes for the right wall under, which usually Spec blocks. But he did it from the back of the mallet. If you see Scott, he hit it from like the 4 o'clock on the mallet. And it actually worked. I'm going to have to remember that for my game against Spec coming up next week. I'll call it the 4 o'clock shadow.
Sounds mysterious.
Oh, did you
that
see
forehand.
that? But not only that, he deflected and retained possession. It was Scott's shot. Scott shoots it, he blocks it, and then forehands it in. Beautiful play.
I think that's a sign that Spec is done messing around.
You say that, but it's tie game right now. I think that he's done with the smirks and doing his cheeky play style, but he's still susceptible to Scott's shots. Scott is doing much better this game than we saw at the last few games.
Than he's ever done, I think.
You know, I would actually agree with that. Spec does a lot of those off goals right near the cut side. And it makes it difficult to know when he's shooting an actual cut versus not.
No, that's a bummer.
I'm hearing some anger out of Scott there.
Something happened, touch or something.
Yep. Here comes the whistle. Oh.
Ooh, good charge.
I'm gonna replay
And
that right now.
That went out of bounds, so that'll go back to Spec.
Would it? I don't think he's doing it that way. Oh, no, Scott was moving forward when it went out of play. That actually should have been Spec's puck. You were correct.
I'm not just another pretty face, okay?
You know, we had the ref, I think the ref pawned off his reffing duty. And
Dang.
that's pretty amazing. I wonder what the price he paid. Ooh, Scott way out of position to block that, and Spec still didn't take advantage of it. You see, like those shots right there where Spec just kind of gives it right back to him moving forward. He should either steal it from him, and there he does it again. He just keeps giving it back. You know, that's a recipe to lose, because if Scott gets infinite shots on him, one of them is going to go in.
I wonder if it's a symptom of the mallet he's using.
With the density of the plastic.
Possible. Ooh, look at that. That was spicy.
Oh, and then he gets it with the right wall over.
Ooh-wee.
That was such a good play because he charged, got possession, and then fired a shot that we haven't really seen too much of. We haven't seen him do the right wall overs yet. Not too much anyway. This has mainly been a cut cross battle, and there's another cross to prove my point.
Spec leading this battle of attrition right now.
We're almost at I was going to say the point of criticality, as you call it. But now we're at game point. If Spec makes a shot, this will be 2-1 in the second set. Ooh, it was very mid. But Spec was out of position for it, and there it is.
Spec
with
just
the cross.
travels it right into his goal. What?
just
I said
done.
Spec just travels it right into his goal. What does that even
Travels
mean?
it means whatever you want it to mean. Nobody has to know that that's not a normal air hockey term. What a great traveling shot he did there.
Let's go, Idaho Pete.
Did somebody say that? Oh no.
Every time I see Pete, I always think of Idaho Pete.
Idaho Pete. Spec is a man of way too many nicknames.
Sounds like a firecracker to me.
We've got 2 games now to 1 in the second set, putting Scott in a pretty bad position. So Spec only needs 2 games to close out this entire match. Right after this match, we're going to have the illustrious Matt Bentley versus the drop-dead gorgeous cannon of Idaho named Jessica Buss.
It's so distracting.
How beautiful she is.
Yep.
Agreed. Well, you're not allowed to talk about my wife that way.
That's my opponent. I can say whatever I want.
I'm like, it's my wife. You're like, it's my opponent. And I'm like, oh, you got a point.
Listen to this. You want to hear the most annoying sound in the world?
No. Oh, that's pretty good. It's a water bottle. You could have tricked people into thinking that's what your back sounds like when you go to flip the table out of anger.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Spec, we've got people saying that you should flip the table when you lose, and the fact that you physically can. So we need to get like a crappy table on purpose just to flip and break. You know how like guitar players will destroy their guitar on stage?
Don't destroy the table before I can use it.
When you lose, you just pull out a sledgehammer and just go ham.
Go flip over the leaf in the driveway, in the street.
The leaf?
Yeah.
Is that what?
It's that's
like things that fall off of trees?
car.
Oh. I thought you were like, you're so strong you could flip over one leaf in the driveway. Coming into the game, number 4 right now.
Spec prepping the table with 10,000 games so it doesn't shut off.
Seems a little frustrated.
That's a pro move right there.
We should have done a replay of how he hits that button.
Yeah. What? Yeah, you're on the right side. A little confusion on Scott's face.
I think they were picking what game it is.
What's the matter?
I don't know what the matter is. It's alright. We'll start in just one quick second here.
I think they're unhappy with the sides that they were on. Probably having just been on those sides.
So there's a rule in air hockey that after each game the players must switch sides. I don't usually prefer a side to a table, but many players do. Matt, I think you're guilty of that, yeah? You favor a certain side at the arcade?
Sometimes I do. Oh, that was a good start.
I think that's the symptom of a weak-minded player.
Or a superior-minded player, knowing that there's a difference.
Oh no, Scott scores on himself.
Stuck in the goal, scores on himself. That's just...
It wasn't even a fast shot. Usually it's when it gets shot real fast that it sticks in the goal.
Oh, and then he says, you know what? I'm just going to score all the goals. Scott sets up the shot. Goes for that left-handed cross.
So what do you think makes a better side of a table then? Now I'm interested.
I think is whatever is gonna build your confidence. And if you think that one side is better than the other, you're gonna inevitably be more confident on one side, whether it's a true thing or not. If it's boosting your confidence, then you're gonna have more confidence on one side of the table rather than the other side of the table. I think it's a psychosomatic thing.
I've had that affect me, but only physically. So what I mean is, like at the arcade, if some kid spills a soda and that side of the table's really sticky on the ground, that does get to me. The worst I think I experienced, no offense to Brendan DeMauro, because I love Brendan DeMauro very much, but his table that he has at his house is in his garage, and his garage has a slight slope. And so the table is balanced, but if you're standing on one side of the table, it was a beautiful shot by Scott there.
I missed it. You know why? Because I was
Switching
Wrong
cameras. Look at
camera.
that. It was that same left-handed cut, and it just works. He tries it again. This time it's blocked. But at Brandon DeMaro's house, one side of the table, the side of the table will be way up to your waist, and then on the other side of the table, it's like almost at knee level. It's like a little bit higher than your knees because of the slope in the garage, and it was really hard to play like
Speck's
that.
showing some good sportsmanship and giving the puck back to Scott so he can try again.
There's a lot of people complaining about the sound that Speck's mallet makes because it's made out of a different type of plastic.
It sounds really ugly and like the sound the cheap mallet makes, but if they only knew how much that mallet costs
Yeah, I
to
know.
make.
That's what's funny about it is that because he had his mallet lathed. It's the hardest word for me to pronounce ever. It had a block of plastic, and they actually took it to a machine shop and had it lathed down, whereas most of the other mallets are injection molded. Beautiful cross.
So he had it machined. You could say machined.
I can say machined, but I have to work on myself to say lathed. I'm trying to be better, as the internet keeps telling me.
Do you say lather?
He's the lathiest.
Come on, man.
Speck sets it up again. Right? Okay. Do you see Speck's intensity level? We should keep a gauge on the side of the screen, like they do in Guitar Hero or something.
Like momentum?
Yeah. His intensity just decreased so much. It's like he doesn't even care anymore.
Speck?
And Scott could take advantage of that right now. Yeah. So take a look. His shots. Whoa.
What happened?
That's what happens when a ref hits the wrong button.
Oh.
Well, it caught his attention.
Oh, no.
What was it? It's
gosh.
4-3 right now.
Oh, no.
Wow. Well, it'll be fixed in one split second. It's 5-4. It's 5-4 Scott, or 5-4 Speck right now.
Yeah. You'll have to do it the old-fashioned way.
Yep.
How we used to do it in the past. Game point, Speck. Scott trying to hold on with 4 points. Can he make some magic happen like he did before?
Game point 4. If Scott can bring this back to 6 points, if he can just get 2 more points, the chance of him winning that 6-7 is almost at 100% right now. And so he just needs 2 more points right now to pull this game off, in my opinion. There it is. Okay, he's got 1 point now. So if he gets 1 more, he's telling himself, you can hear him say it, he's like, 2 more. If he can get himself 1 more point, it'll set that 6-6 up, and Scott has
Look
won
at that
every
block.
6-6.
That was such a great block right there. Scott's view. The super weak shot there. And an alley cap block. Oh, goes to the line and just kind of stuffs the puck right there. And
There it is.
Here
Okay,
we
so
are.
now it's 6-6.
6-6.
And so far Scott's won every one of these. Here he goes. Let's see if he takes it again. Sets it up. Oh, he brings it way up, and Scott. Wow, I got the names wrong because the names are on the wrong side now. We'll fix it 1 second.
Do you really need the names?
I do.
Oh my goodness.
Scott, I do.
sets
I
it
look
up.
up at Scott.
And
Scott
Speck was
had
sitting waiting.
Scott had Speck way out of position, and he missed a shot. If he can do it again right now, if he can bait Speck out of position and open up the unders, because Speck came way to the middle of the field. There
And
it
he
is. He
gets
got
it.
it. He brought
He's
the 2 points
100%.
back, brings it to 6-6, and then takes the win. It is now 2 games to 2 games.
Now fix the board.
It's gonna be
Do
fixed.
you know how to do it?
It's gonna be fixed right now.
Or did Speck look over and that totally took his train of thought away from...
I'm sorry. Hey, but that was not me at
That
all.
was not us. Hey, that was whoever Anthony replaced.
Yeah, so where did Anthony go? Is he still here? Okay, you should kick him and make him do the job, because someone went ham on the buttons.
I know Anthony's listening right now, and you just cost Speck a game. I'm just playing. Speck shouldn't have been distracted by anything
Yeah,
other than his game.
he needs blinders.
Oh, can we get you headband with like horse blinders so you're just only looking at the game?
Now you just cut out 2 holes for your eyes like the Ninja Turtles did.
Oh, hey, we can put like the eyeshadow on your eyes So it looks like, you know, how Batman does it, and then that's all you see is the whites of your eyes and then your headband.
Smee, I just had an epiphany, Smee.
Smee?
The Ninja Turtles are just wearing headbands, and that's why they have so much power. And they just put holes in their headbands so they can see through them.
Is that what you're gonna do now?
Well, yeah, and it's blinders so they can focus on their mission at hand. My word.
And whenever you come to the table, it's
Oh, my
Nacho Libre.
I'm gonna do it next time up against you, Matt.
You're gonna be a luchador?
I'm going to cut the holes in it. I'm gonna look like a Ninja Turtle.
I cannot wait to just wreck you on the table.
Yeah, but think about how less distracted I'd be.
Think about how much more confidence I'll have.
If you were a Ninja Turtle, besides the 4 that are already there, which one would you be, Matt, and why?
Besides the 4 that are already there?
Yeah. What color would you be?
Probably fuchsia.
And why would you be beige?
I already said I'd be like fuchsia. Because it's such a powerful color.
Spec apparently is the white Ninja Turtle. Scott gets possession right off the bat.
After Spec came in here and fixed all the stuff. Probably not happy about that and scores the first point.
But if you think about it, I bet Spec plays a lot better knowing that everything's set correctly. So right now his mind is at peace and he's going to wreak havoc.
Inner peace.
But now with this tactic known on my game against Spec next week, I'm just going to randomly call a timeout and run over and just hit a bunch of buttons on the thing.
That's terrible.
It really is, but it would work.
Speaking of Ninja Turtles, did you see what happened to the Green Ranger?
What?
The Green Power Ranger?
Oh, that what? What?
Pushing over that old guy?
What does Ninja Turtles have to do with Power Rangers?
Exactly. And Scott scores that good cut.
That beautiful shot. That is a shot.
Cross, I mean.
That shot has hit Spec so many times. It's actually impressive that it's still working
I
against him.
wonder if that's what he's letting in and blocking everything else. Except for the over that's going in the same spot.
Ooh, okay. Do you see that?
Yeah.
That was a change in pace. I mean, he did lose it there.
Spec
gives it right back to him.
because it touched
nice.
his finger or something. I wonder if Anthony is over there.
He is. He is over there. I think he.
Spec getting a little huffy
Well,
with the ref.
I would. Anthony is taking. So right now they're training a new ref, and Anthony shouldn't be. And so Spec's getting upset. Oh.
Spec with a little fury.
Did you see that right wall under and how fast that was?
Yeah, but I
brings
think
it
he
up.
should still have focus. Because
Oh, you're right. I mean, right there, he shouldn't have lost that. That was a pretty bad mess up. That was an unforced error. Scott takes possession, sets it up. Goes mid, loses possession. Ooh, Spec went for the Danny
very
under
powerful.
with the right wall under like he got on Scott last time. But he missed it. Scott was not in position to block it. So I think that my money's on the fact that the next time Spec gets possession, he's going to do a Danny right wall under.
like a
Ooh, it's now 5-2.
cross and almost didn't go in.
There it is. Okay, called it. Danny right wall under. Do you see that?
Yeah,
he
and now
pulled
it's
it
gonna
top
go
left.
Cut some kind of straight now.
Nope, Danny right wall under again. And he did it again. I told you. Okay,
You're calling the game
I'm
now?
calling the game because he sees that it's working. Scott is not able to block it. It's fooling him.
But is he gonna
it's
get there
game
before
point
Scott
to
gets there?
4 now, Danny under. He did it, but he missed it. But that's a Danny under. He brings it top left of his field and goes for the right wall under. Oh man. Here's the thing. Scott's at 6 points. That means it's almost 100% ratio that he's going to win this game. I say that because he's won every 6-6.
Mm-hmm.
So even if Spec is able to get to 6 points, the chances of him winning are very small right now. And that would set Scott up to win the set because he'll have 3 wins to 2. Oh, he loses possession. Scott has a chance right now to take this set over.
Which will then put Spec in a very difficult spot.
In a very bad mood. His smirk will disappear. The headband will grow stronger. Look at that Danny under again. That same shot. He's scored 4 points on Scott with that now.
Can Spec use his momentum to carry him to the win here
Is that a weight
and
joke?
break that curse?
Oh, it's
Now
6-6.
6-6.
Is he gonna break the curse? He gives it right back to him. Once again, if he had just pulled back instead, and
No,
he
it
did
doesn't.
not.
7-6.
Scott takes him 7-6 once again. Is that the fourth game? Fourth game that
That's
with a 6-6
this is game
win?
5. Oh yeah, that's Scott's maybe 5 for 5 or 4 for 5.
Yeah. Wow. Okay, so that is now 3 wins for Scott, as you can see at the top of the screen here.
So this is going to be a set game for Scott.
If Scott wins his next one, yep.
Again, his same situation as last set.
No, actually, last time he had won 3 games to 1. Now he's won 3 games to 2. So it's actually a lot more in Spec's favor this time around, believe it or not.
Well, yeah.
Our poll is now showing 62% believe that that Spec is going to win this one.
Well, because now he's wearing his headband.
It's true. As soon as he put the headband on, the polls changed.
Yeah, I believe that's true.
If you haven't done so and you're watching this, you should go ahead and partake in our poll.
Scott got to join the 7-6 tattoo squad.
I don't know if Scott has any tattoos.
I don't know.
It seems like one of those personal questions that you just don't ask people.
Scott, write in the chat if you have any tattoos.
I don't think he could. This isn't Zoom. He can't hear you. Although if somebody writes it in the chat, okay, somebody in chat, write, Scott, do you have any tattoos? And then he'll have to give the answer. So, for those that don't know what the 7-6 tattoo squad is, if you see on the banner in the background, he says Air Hockey 7-6. It's the ultimate score in air hockey. It means that the game was at 6-6 and hearts were racing, and it's just a famous number in the air hockey world, and a lot of players have 7-6 tattooed on their arms.
I want to get 5-5.
Ooh, right wall.
Why is
wall.
all our stuff?
It was a right wall over, though. It was actually wasted right wall over. It was a beautiful right wall over, but actually it was more, right wall. Scott was way out of position for that one.
Why,
he rushed.
Why do you say wasted? There's another under.
I say wasted, meaning that it was an over that technically was under his mallet.
Oh, yeah.
Scott was so far forward that it didn't matter if it was an under or an over. It still would have gone in. It was a wasted over. Overs are a lot harder to shoot, and so it was a wasted over, in my opinion.
Maybe he took whatever he could get. Because he saw the rush.
When I do a right wall over and somebody jumps way out, even if it makes it in, I'm almost irritated. I'm like, oh, I could have just done a right wall under. 2-1 now. Remembering that it's right now 3 games to 2, and so Spec needs to win this one and one more to take the entire match away. Scott only needs to win this one game, and it will push us into the 3rd set. 4-1 now. Spec is not having it. Spec takes possession, then loses it. Scott sets it up, goes straight down the middle after pump fakes and still puck. Goes for a very slow speed left wall, and then gets him with the left wall cut. Left wall cross, actually. Or left-handed cross, I should say.
Left wall cross, what is that?
I said it wrong. We should make a rule that
look at
people
that block.
cannot switch hands just for commentator's sake. It's so hard to keep up with what the shot is.
2 in a row.
You know, you're battling with so much experience here. Spec has I think Spec has 1 full year and a half over Scott.
Yeah.
And so for Scott to stand his ground, even after Spec has been to Texas multiple times and Scott just got back after his first trip, is not bad. Scott's actually doing way better than expected. Ooh, right wall under. It's now game point to 4. Scott needs to win 3 more points just to take the set.
He's been there before.
It looks like that's not going to happen. I mean, he has. He did earlier. You're right.
Ooh, that was very close.
He technically needs 2 more points to tie it up, and we saw what happened last time. He's done that now 2 different times in this match. Oh!
Like very close to snagging these pucks back. Just these shots that Scott is doing, just no gas behind him.
Oh!
Wow, that was almost a wonderful grab from Scott.
Oh, a beautiful rush.
And he gets possession, and
Take
wow.
a look at that. Take a look at that rush. He jumps out, and it was perfectly done. He snagged the puck.
Was that over, though?
No. No, it was done perfect. There it is. It's now 3 games to 3 games again.
Is a set
going
game.
into the 7th game, just like the last set. Oh, if you haven't done it, take part in a poll. Let's see who you guys think are going to win now.
Is Spec going to take it away right now? Spec's coming back to fix the...
This could be everything right here. Either way, this means that this, no matter what, we're going to be going to a moment where we get to talk to the players right after this next game. Because after this next game, either Spec's going to win, this whole match is over, or Scott's going to win, and there's still going to be a break between the next set. So get those questions ready to start posting in chat so we can read it out to the players and have them answer your questions live. Once again, it's very rare that there's a sport where you can ask questions to the players live. Let's take advantage of that.
I know Ray's got some burning questions, that's for sure. He hasn't asked them yet, but I know they're coming.
Oh. Also, when that happened, Spec, by the way, while you're looming, there was a time where you both rushed the puck and you gave possession to Scott. It actually was your possession, but you got it back so dang fast it didn't matter.
Spec is focusing. He don't have time for you.
He doesn't even have his blinders
He
on.
ain't got no time for that.
This could be it. This could be the entire match right now.
This is a possible match game, possible
Yeah.
set game.
Yep. Scott is possibly going to wear 2 headbands. Would that triple his power?
Ah.
He's doing it. He's I wonder how. I want to go out and interview him and ask how powerful he feels right now.
He's probably like, my power, it's over 9,000.
Spec just forfeits.
Did he? No, he didn't do it. He
No,
just
he
dried
was-
his head.
He was using it to decrease the moisture level.
Or is he just soaking in the power from one into the other? And here we go. What was that?
The world's fastest face-off. It's 0-0 still.
Anthony, you had one job.
Yep.
And you subcontracted.
There it is, Danny under for the first point. So they call it Danny under because Danny Hines started using this shot where he'd bring it really far over like you're seeing Spec do, and then immediately do a bank shot, and that's been working for him. Let's see if he does it again. I bet you he does it right here. Check this out. So he's going for that fake out. No, he went with the cut instead. 1-2 now. Spec only 5 points away from closing out this entire match. Scott 6 points away to running it into a whole nother set. He's getting him on that cut. You know, Scott's been blocking at the majority of this game, and so Spec has effectively reopened that shot for himself. Oh, and then he gets him with the cross. It's 1-4 now. And now it's 1-5. This entire match could be over
Scott
in less
really
than a
losing
minute.
focus.
Oh no!
Scott scoring on himself. I think he's just falling apart right now.
This was everything. This game was so important. Now, mind you, he one time took it back from 3 and got himself 7 points when Spec was at 6. So I'm not saying it's not possible, but I am saying it's highly unlikely.
I see that smirk back on Spec's face.
It is. He's got it back. Smirky little fella. Now he's just gonna play with him for a minute, isn't he? Yep. And now here comes a Danny under. He tried for it. He went for the. There. That's the game-ending shot. Almost anticlimactic.
That
Giant
was so
buildup.
anticlimactic. I think that Scott just had a major lapse in concentration and focus, and it just cost him the match.
Oh.
That one game. I wonder what was going through his head.
I don't know. I'm taken back by it. I can't wait to see what they say. Actually, it's a great time. If any of you have questions like I do, throw them in the chat right now. We're about to go out there and ask them. Apparently, we're gonna have to ask Scott if he
Ray does have
has
questions.
any tattoos. And there were 4 different times that it went 6-6, and in every one of those situations, Scott won those, which is interesting. Normally players have a hard time getting that closeout when they're newer players, but like more advanced players, I would have expected it. Before this game started, there was a poll that said, who's going to win the majority of the 6-7s. I would have said Beck, easily, hands down. I definitely wouldn't have said that there were going to be 4 and that all of them were going to be won by Scott.
And historically, Scott has had issues with those 6-6 games and losing every single one.
Right, exactly. He has a hard time closing out. I mean, he had a hard time closing out the match here, but he did not have a hard time closing out his 6-6 games.
But as we can see, the end result is for Spec.
Yeah. Get your questions ready. Throw them in the chat right now. We're going to go ahead and read those out live. And we're going to go into the other room right now to question these players, grill them a little bit, and see what they thought of that. And it's just so weird. Usually the last game is such a build-up. I mean, it was the 7th game. They both played and got 3 wins each. And
we'll
the
have
last
to-
game it was like...
We'll have to ask Scott and get inside of his head. See what happened. Only he knows.
Alrighty. Why don't you go bounce out there, and I will get this all set up. I'll be out there in just 1 second. See, that was another perfect time to crack that water bottle. You're gonna have to answer the tattoo question.
Dude. These are so awkward. I want like a desk or something.
I mean, maybe we'll do
Podium.
Maybe we'll do multiple camera angles where, like, when we're talking, it just zooms in on us, and then when they're talking, it zooms in on them.
Yeah.
I like that idea.
It's just such an awkward like viewing angle.
Do you ever just look at the couch and miss the players, like empty couch syndrome?
So unfair. So are we being recorded right now?
Yes,
Can people hear what we're saying?
every word,
Can you see the questions now?
every question.
We just got zoomed in on.
My
Is it
first
this
question
camera?
is, Anthony, you failed so miserably as a ref. So miserably as a...
Who
All right,
are we
Scott.
to deny
I can
a
ref the next
new
one.
guy to want to try something new?
Scott, what happened that last game? Like, it was such a big build-up. It was 3 games of 3 games,
Yeah.
and then it just like went down in flames. What happened?
To be honest with you, it was weird. It seemed like, especially that side of the table over there, was like going in really easily, and I was accidentally self-scoring throughout the day on that side too. Towards the end, it was just like, I honestly don't know what was happening. It was just blocks weren't happening, and my stuff wasn't going in. So, yeah, I'm honestly not
Let's
sure.
take a look
what
at the
it was.
scores. I'm actually interested to see how many times you won on each side of the table. So, So you were on that side of the table and you lost the last one. But the game right before that, you lost and you were on the other side. And then the game before that, you lost and you were back on that side. Wait. I don't know.
Not sure. It's hard to say, but
I don't think
No,
you're
but I
looking
mean,
at it right.
but I do see that happening sometimes where like players will just win a lot more on a side than other sides.
I was honestly just trying to figure out what was going on because, like, it's just, I don't know. Things were just not happening. It wasn't so much that I was getting in my head. I think it was just I was legitimately confused why so much was getting through and my shots were going. I mean, I know he adapted to my moving up, so I had to adjust to that, but I wasn't able to adjust in time back out of that habit of rushing up. And then it
Do you know the Danny undershot?
Which one was that? The
Danny under. So if I pull it top left and then do a right wall under from the top left corner.
Oh, okay.
So he started doing that on you a lot.
Right wall under from the top left. Okay.
Yeah. So instead of like taking to the top right to do it, or in the middle, from the top left, and you would be way out of position, and he did that, and it worked. And I said it live. You could replay this. I'm like, oh, Spec is gonna remember that one because you were way out of position.
Yeah.
And then he did it again, and I'm like, oh, he's gonna do it again. And Matt's like, no, he's gonna shake it up. Nope, again. He did like 3 or 4 Danny unders in a row on you. I was like, oh man, that's because you would meet him at the line almost when you had that open. And then in the last game, you actually changed back to cuts. I was actually surprised. I was like, it's gonna be Danny Undertown, and you instead went to cuts on him.
So the theory with that is like, let's go back to the scores. It was game number 4. He started to charge up, and then he started charging up more often in game 5. And that's when I got him too confident in charging up, right? That's when I started doing my Danny unders, as you call it.
All part of the plan.
It was all part of the plan, and then he got scared right when I won. So once he got scared, I started doing my straights again.
That last game, you got your smirk back, and we were like, oh, Spec's done for, because you got your smirk back. We're like, oh, it's all downhill. There was one game even, Scott. So you were down 7-3, and you came, or 6-3, and you came back and won it. And then in this last set, you were down. It was 6-4, and we're like, if Scott can just get 2 more points, it'll be 6-6, and he hasn't lost a single 6-6. And then it happened. You got 1 point, and I'm like, all he needs is 1 more. And then you said out loud, we heard it on the camera. You were like, 2 more. And I'm like, no, he just needs 1 more because it'll be 6-6. And then the last point's almost a gimme at this point.
The machine must have misread her. Yeah.
No. You were at 5 points.
Oh,
and so you said, I just need 2 more. But I'm like, no, he only needs 1 more because if you get 1 more, it'd be 6-6, and you've won every 6-6.
Yeah. Gotcha.
And you did, and you got that next point. It was 6-6. I'm like, well, this match is over, right? And then you scored that last shot on him.
Right.
It was actually really impressive. There were 4 6-6 games, and you won all 4 of them. You had 100% 6-6 ratio, which
That's interesting.
5. There was 5 of them.
Holy crap!
Where's the 5th one? I'm seeing 4. One of them isn't in red.
Hold on. 1, 2, 3.
I only see 4.
4,
it's
5,
4.
6. I see. Oh no, yeah. Okay.
This
There's
is
a 7-5. Yeah, but I gotcha.
Yeah, so there's 4 of those.
Okay. 1,
And
2, 3.
yeah,
4.
Yeah, you miscounted. It's okay.
That's alright.
That's why you weren't reffing that.
Counting's hard.
So, but that's very impressive, especially because in your previous games, you have not been able to pull off the closeouts when it comes to those 6-7.
Those 6-6 were a big thorn in your side.
Yeah. So I mean,
To win every single one, that's a big improvement.
even
good.
still written down on our board is your game versus me, and we had a 6-7 game, and I was able to get the 7th point on that one.
Yeah.
So for you to go from not winning almost any 6-7s to winning all of them is quite impressive. We got a lot of questions for you guys. So Ray posted in there that you should, wondering if you're going to be part of the 7-6 tattoo club. So
That's funny.
Did you see that at Worlds? All their 7-6 tattoos that they had on their arms.
Yeah.
So, but then we said, wait, does he even have any tattoos? And so I was like,
I
somebody
don't
has to
know.
ask this. So the question for the fans: do you have any tattoos?
No, I don't. No tattoos.
Spec. Does Scott have any tattoos?
Not that I know of.
do you have any? Are you gonna get one? Are you gonna get a
No.
7-6? No.
Tattoos are crazy expensive.
Okay. Do you think your
I
girlfriend?
could
would
give
let
you one
get
for
a
free.
tattoo?
You can give me one with the Sharpie.
No, like a real one. Like,
No, he
like
said it.
prison.
Take him up on this, Sharpie.
Sharpie.
Okay. Questions from the chat. Let's see. Let me read these out here. We got how many shots ahead do you think that they play? Do they have sequences that they intend to attempt or choose every shot each time? So what do you guys think? Do you guys plan out your shots? Do you plan out a sequence of shots, or are you just thinking about that shot at the moment?
A sequence of shots, are they talking about like shot and then once it comes back the next thing?
Maybe, or
are
are
they
you
talking
thinking,
about-
I'm going to do 2 cuts and then I'm going to do a right wall under,
Oh.
to fool him. I'm going to do a few off goals and then do the whatever. Are you doing a sequence of shots, or are you getting into thinking, now I'm going to try this different shot, then try it, then,
I
okay,
think
now I'm
in-
going to try this.
I think in terms of a combo pattern. I don't think in terms of like this and then this and this. I think of like, okay, here's my range of shots and this is what I'm going to do one of these 3 basically, like what you were talking about. That's usually how I think about it. Yeah.
At first, I was just going to just do cuts and crosses because Scott blocks all the way back, so it's just straights all day. But then he started charging up, so I got him into a sequence. So I did a few randomly selected cuts and a cross, but then when he got confident to charge up, I would smash a right wall under on him.
That's actually a really good thing that you called out, because I was saying that you were playing kind of a similar game there, Scott, but now that you point that out, Spec, you were not turtling like you used to. So
Right.
turtling in air hockey is when the player pulls back to the middle of their goal before the puck is hit. And you used to do that a lot, and
Yeah.
you open yourself wide open to the cuts crosses, but
I was basically forcing
yeah.
myself to do the opposite.
Yeah.
Because I knew what he was doing, like I could see what he was doing with the pattern, but I knew I probably wouldn't have enough time to adjust to it, because it usually takes me a handful of games to adjust to something. So I was like, okay, I see what's happening, but this is going to be a problem to adjust in time before the match ends.
Yeah, well, I mean,
So-
well done though for adjusting that gameplay, because I think that number one, it's more fun to jump out. I love that it makes
I
your
think
heart
it's more
race.
enjoyable.
It's more enjoyable to play that way, but not just that. I think that it can reward better, and I think that
can.
you were one
It's
game
risky, but-
you were one game away twice.
Yeah.
If you just won 2 games, you would have had this whole match.
Right.
Which is kind of crazy to think about, but that's the truth of the matter. And for you to jump up from 9th into 3 is quite impressive, being that close.
Mm-hmm.
We got Fluffy Dragon Slayer saying, Pete, Idaho Pete, why did you have such a hard time blocking crosses? And they say, I think that they were, I think that's what they were called. Is it just a type of shot you haven't encountered as often?
I think the one shot I was falling a lot on was Scott's left-handed cross, right?
We all saw that.
I'm gonna
Well,
remember it.
it's-
I'm gonna remember it for next week. I'm gonna remember
There's
it.
like no
Left-handed
left-hand
cross.
players in Idaho that does a left-hand cross a
Oh,
lot.
Josiah.
Josiah does a left-hand cut,
Yeah. The left-hand cross is the easiest shot for me to get into.
but
Easiest
it's just a simple defense adjustment. I just need to move up like an inch, and it'll
Well,
block
yeah,
everything.
just like after
But
10,000
I keep pulling
sure.
back, but that's one thing about air hockey.
Yeah,
you don't want to ever flinch
Right.
with your defense.
Ray in the chat said, "Thanks for reffing, Anthony."
Anthony like quit out reffing on the second set, and then we had like a new guy come in. And that was very like really hard on me to like focus, because there were a lot of times that when Scott was doing a foul, like he went over the line, I had to scream out over
Yep.
because he wasn't really watching. He was watching the TV. I'm like, what the hell is happening?
You know,
Was it Anthony shadow reffing?
yeah.
Anthony wasn't even shadow reffing. He was just
So
he was on his phone.
I know how I'm gonna win my game next week, Spec. If you start killing me on those shots again, I've got like 3 things I'm gonna do to beat you. Number 1.
Oh, and then he like messed up the streaming, and I had to look over.
That was
Exactly.
so
what
great. I was
Next
like, oh,
one.
Becca's gonna lose this game because
that
of
lost
this.
me the third game.
It's
you
true.
know?
I'm gonna do the left-hand crosses on you. That's easy. I'm gonna randomly call a timeout and just
So
run
it
over and
was
hit
Anthony.
every button on the tablet just to really get in your head. That's gonna do it. It'll work. Randomly in the game, I'm just gonna lean over and hit the button to add more points onto the table for no reason. I think that's what's gonna do it. If I can't win you
I think
fairly.
that's called cheating.
Okay, there's another question in the chat. For both players, is mental exhaustion a problem as well as physical? Does your brain kind of just putter out after a while?
I know with Scott it does.
Oh!
Cause like after what was that game? Let's see.
You mean with me, your brain putters out?
So right after the 5th game, it was 7-6, and then he like ran over to the couch and like sat like laid down, and he was like, "Oh man, that was so hard."
My brain's
man."
tired right now. and I haven't even
I mean,
started.
with me, I don't really get that mental exhaustion.
Because you're so great.
I think Ray was actually genuinely trying to be nice and actually thank you for reffing, and then he realized that you actually like sold your reffing job. You sold your soul to the devil apparently, and just decided to cut out. And now
Outsource.
And so now Ray is saying thanks for reffing, new guy. So new guy, thanks for reffing. We appreciate you. He's brand new, but
Thanks for trying.
Anthony's dead to us. That's his.
Yeah, and his name's Israel. He's a good friend of mine, the other assistant ref.
No, he's new guy now. Until we get the next new guy.
He's new guy.
That's how we grow. The new guy has to find
sounds
another
like a
person to
Loudermilk-
bring in. Yeah.
Loudermilk thing.
I don't know. For me, mostly it's like mental exhaustion from other things outside of like the game itself. Mostly that seems to like build up if I let it. It's more than anything that happens in the game. Honestly, that's how it is for me. So yeah, it does, but it's usually stuff outside of the game that my brain starts thinking about again. But yeah.
Well, guys, awesome job. Scott, incredible improvement. It's crazy to see how close you came to beating that game. Spec, it's exciting to see how close you are to losing because I'm excited about that for our game next week. But
Yeah.
awesome job on your win.
Good job in winning your game.
Matt, good luck
Barely.
Against Jessica Buss.
Oh my God.
Yep, because your game's coming up right now.
Yeah.
Good luck. I know you just said you're
Good luck,
exhausted,
man.
so I'm looking forward to
Mentally
seeing
exhausted.
her take your
I still
Idaho
have
rank.
I still have muscle memory.
So if you're watching right now live, you should stay tuned for 1 second because you're going to see the amazing Jessica Buss take on Matt.
The Cannon versus the Belgian Bull.
It's gonna be a very, very awesome game. We should change up the poll, so you can start putting the poll options in there, and it's gonna be a very fun game. It's gonna be very close. They're both very heavy hitters, and so it should be a lot of fun. You guys played yesterday, and I forgot. I'm like, why did you play Matt yesterday? Don't play your opponent
I think she
before
was
the main
messing
game.
with my head yesterday. I think it was a whole mind game. I'm being set up right now.
She did say that she was trying some different stuff, that she was experimenting on you. So you're basically just
I knew it.
you're just
I
a
knew it.
punching bag to her now.
I knew it.
So we'll see how this goes. However, she's never beaten you in a match, correct?
Not the whole thing. She's won games.
Okay. So time for a change. All right. Here we go.
Okay, I'm leaving. Bye.
All right. Till the next game. Good luck.
All right.
Yeah.
Awesome job on face-offs are important. Make sure you do that because there were times where like Scott was like, yeah, there. He's like, oh my god.
That was with like
face-offs like a
2 millisecond face-off.
They're a lot of pressure. I'm surprised you said yes. You should have told no. You lazy butt. That's what you should have said. Should be a really fun game here. We have Jessica, you can see her right there, totally forgetting that the camera's on right behind her, cleaning off her glasses so that she can see with clarity Matt crying at the end of this game. This game should be really fun. We're going to be making a new poll for you right now. And it's going to be Matt Bentley versus Jessica Buss. We'd love to know your thoughts on who you think is going to win this game. So get ready, the poll is right about to fire off. I am very biased this match. So for commentary, I'm going to be really rooting for Jessica Buss, mainly because she's my wife. And she knows that.
Is that right, Nathan?
What's that?
She knows where you live?
She knows where I live.
Where do you live?
So I gotta root for her. Ooh, did you see that right wall under that she did with Danny style?
No.
What do you think it's gonna take for her to beat Matt this game?
A bunch of her cross.
Is that what Matt's weak to? See, for me, Matt is weak to. He's weak to off speeds, and he is weak to a cut. The poll is now listed. Matt has a 100% so far. Take a second to throw your thoughts in the poll. I just took a second to add to the poll options to root for my wife. My wife. She's at 67% now. This is gonna be a pretty fun game. I'm excited. Number one, because they're friends.
Aren't we all friends here?
No.
No?
No.
I guess you're not my friend anymore.
No, it's not you. It's Sam and Jacob.
Oh, they don't even know them anymore.
They're dead to me. They used to live here. They were good. They both got up to second place and then they left. Spec, you're about to put me into second place, and then I'm gonna have to leave.
It's exciting.
It really is, and it's gonna teach me a lot. I'm very excited about our game next week. If you win, you know that Ray's gonna like challenge you and fly out here, right?
I hope. And then we can get some NC players out here.
That'd be a blast.
You see Scott's shots. He always does this little setup pump.
Yep, every time, and he's not even pump faking. He's just aiming. It's very unique. Most players do that.
Oh, I guess you're not ranked higher than Ray because he's 28.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oof. You know what? I realize now we were both in the same spin-off bracket, and he went up against Matt, and I had just lost to Matt. I was up 2-0, then lost to Matt Lemoyne. It's true. You should still come and challenge him for zero reason. Then. This is gonna be such a fun game. I'm very excited about the match.
We're seeing them play right now, and on our room cam. You can see our sponsors there. Why don't you have a word with the sponsors?
Let's do it. So Ruth Kamichek, and right now Heating and Air Conditioning. So our sponsor is right now Heating and Air Conditioning. They're amazing. They actually came to the studio. They got our air conditioning switched out. They were absolutely amazing, and they actually were looking around like, what's up with all these air hockey tables? Like, what do you guys actually do here? And I explained the whole situation, how we are the American Air Hockey League. and they asked if they could sponsor us, which is just the best thing ever. It's like, it's really awesome and kind of them to believe in us. The same goes for Ruth Kamichek with Ruthless Real Estate. She's absolutely amazing. Right now, heating and air conditioning, I can honestly tell you I am cold right now. And that's weird to say because it is like 100 degrees outside. And it is freezing in this house because when you play air hockey, if you don't know, I will let you know that it gets very, very hot. You get very sweaty. That's why we have to wear headbands, because you will sweat literally on the table and it will interfere with the game. I lost a game recently because our air conditioner broke and there was sweat on the table and the puck stopped and I lost a point because of it. I didn't expect it to be shot back. It should have been out of play, but instead it was shot and it shouldn't have been. So I literally lost a game because of the air conditioning. And these guys came in a matter of it was actually a very short time frame. It was impressive with how fast they did it. They came in and replaced not just one unit, but 2 units that were both in the attic spaces. It was incredible. So these guys are absolutely amazing. And then we've got Ruthless Real Estate. She's just the best. I've talked about her so many times that I almost feel like I don't need to anymore. But for anybody that's new that's watching, she's just the absolute best realtor you could ever imagine. Her son plays in the league, and so she sponsored us at the start just to kind of help us out. But then she saw a value behind it, and she started becoming one of the players, and she's started to grow with the air hockey family. She's almost our air hockey mom at this point. But that aside, she's incredible, and she's the best real estate agent ever. She will go to bat for you. I can say this because I have bought 2 houses in my lifespan, and one of them was through her, and she did an absolutely incredible job, to the point where I suggested her to other family members and other friends and people when they came to move out here near us. They asked who we went through, and they went through her, and they just expressed how much they loved her. So she's just the best, and that's not just me saying that. So right now, heating and air conditioning, 208-585-5868, and Ruth Kamichek, buy, sell, or rent, 208-965-3570. Looks like this game is right about to take off. They're both done on their practice matches.
Alright. Fluffy Dragon Slayer is like, when am I gonna get a prison tattoo for stealing big pens from work? I'm like, I don't steal big pens because we don't have any pens. Oh, and, looks like Matt is showing his armpits in the camera.
Who are we gonna get to sponsor our armpit cam? Oh, we could do like Old Spice.
Or Axe.
Or Nair.
Any antiperspirant company wants to sponsor our armpit cam.
Armpit cam, sponsored by Nair, Old Spice, Axe, and who else? And Bic. I mean, when you're talking about Bic pens, you might as well just do Bic razors.
There's also
styling gel. Yeah, good.
Styling gel. Does anyone even style their hair in air hockey?
The armpit hair? You don't?
You don't even see my armpit hair. I'm wearing.
Maybe that's why you're second place here. I've almost convinced people that air hockey players shave their arms to reduce the wind drag.
I don't even grow hair on
as
my
soon
arms.
as I say it, they look at my arms and are like, your arms don't look shaven. And I'm like, yeah.
Jacob Wiseman shaves his arm a little bit because he has to put rock tape on his wrist.
So he does shave his arms?
Yeah, he does shave his arms.
So I wouldn't be lying?
Halfway, though.
I want to convince people.
There's like a weird bald spot on his arm, on his wrist, and then it's all hairy from above there. It's just...
So maybe the center line will sponsor our armpit cam. Looks like we're right about ready. Oh, they were waiting for the camera angle. Does that mean if I change it back?
What's the signal for starting now?
We're good.
We're good? Okay.
Oh.
We should time the camera to a musical thing, like skits.
That's way out of our budget, Nathan.
If we could just beatbox it and hit buttons.
We get copyright strike.
Copyright strike for beatboxing. All right, here comes the first face-off. Possession goes to Matt.
Matt gets it. Interesting. maybe he cheated a little bit. And Jessica going down straight in the middle.
You know, that's what's going to be her downfall is if she can't aim. I know that sounds like a duh thing to say, but yesterday and recently at Worlds,
I can't aim for crap, so... first point goes to Matt with the left wall under.
Oh, see, like, that was a right wall over attempt, but it was missed. So if she can get her aim down, she's got this.
Of that craft. Oh my goodness, a cross from Jessica Buzz. Let's watch that one more time. Super insane speed. That's like her bread and butter. That's the nickname, the cannon. Is that cross?
Okay, so Spec, you need to root for Matt on this one because I'm going to be just super biased to Jessica, and I need you to balance me out.
A neutral figure.
I need you to balance me because I want Jessica to win this one.
There's 60% on Matt Bentley right now.
You should root for the player that's wearing black and red.
A cut straight slips right into Matt's goal. You see he blocked it just a little bit. Oh, another right wall under.
Oh, that's my baby! 3-1 right now.
See, she needs to keep this up, but that off-speed left wall mid gets right under her. Sending that puck back up.
She's going for
doing that circle drift.
Yeah, but then she does the off goal and loses possession almost instant.
Oh no! Unforced error comes out.
Ties it up. I don't know what she's doing. I've never seen her do this little circly thing. I don't like it.
I think she takes inspiration from you because you always do the circle drift.
No, I do not.
A cross straight from Matt. That is our shot of the week today.
Going really quick though.
Some random shots, pot shots as they call it.
Now remember that in Idaho, Jessica's number 28, Matt's number 4. However, this game, she scores on herself. However, Matt challenged her for this game. Why? Because in the world, Matt is 101, and Jessica is ooh.
It is now game point for Matt, 4-6. Let's see if Matt can pull it off, or will Jessica come back? Matt doing a fake pump, loses possession. Jessica sets it back up, tries to go for that cross.
She loses possession though right away.
Another left wall.
Come on, she needs 3 more. She's got this. There she goes. She got him to
charges.
She got him to pull out of position.
Whenever I see Matt charge like that, the guy cross the line or something. Anyway, when I see Matt charge like that, it gets in my mind like, okay, I got him to charge. So let's see. Oh my goodness, and there is that final shot. Powered by Ruthless Real Estate. A cross straight from Matt, ending the game 4-7. That is his first game of the day.
So in the world, Matt is 101 ranked, and Jessica is ranked at 93. So he challenged her for the world rank. So if he beats her, he will take 93 in the world. But if Jessica beats him, she'll be taking his Idaho rank. She'll be moving way up the bracket because he's rated at number 4 and she's rated at number 28. So she'll increase in points by I don't even know how many, but it'll be a lot.
Well, the maximum for overtake is 245 points. So Matt will drop a significant amount in the Idaho ranking. But he is aiming for Jessica's higher rank of 98 or something. They're talking in there. Can you hear them?
Yes. I can actually turn it up a bit.
I think they stopped talking, so they're gonna like blow out our viewers' ears.
Good. Blow out.
It's not good. We're
have you ever been to a concert?
Nope. Oh, we missed that, but it looks like Matt got possession.
Matt got first possession right now. Let's see. I really hope Jessica's able to pull this off.
Jessica loses her mallet for just a second. Back to your concert thing. No, because I like my hearing.
What? No. Just kidding. Oh, she loses her mallet.
That's the second time, but this second time was a lot more violent than the first time. Yeah, I always ask my question to you, and you're always like, "What?" I thought you can't really.
Today's a hard one for her because today's her first day back as so she's a teacher, and so today is her first day back to school as a teacher, and you know, she agreed to play this game though today, so I think she bit off a little bit more than she could chew for this one.
I mean, first day of school isn't that too hard. You know, you're just introducing people, and it's not like she has a concert tomorrow, right?
No, she's been working like crazy. I mean, night after night till like 1 in the morning, working on the different transcripts, working on different. Oh, that was so close, back and forth.
My goodness. Ray Nugent's saying he should have gotten Josiah's signature at Worlds.
I know, right? If you get Josiah's signature now, it's gonna be worth so much later. He's doing so good.
He beat
oh, look at that block. That was
Riley.
fantastic.
Oh my god.
Ooh,
Off
2-1
speed.
now.
Left wall under from Matt. Jessica trying her all to do that left wall over. Another cross straight. Does not. Oh, no! And he looks right at the puck.
No!
It just slows right down and pumps back another answer. Oh no!
See,
again.
that's Jessica's biggest downfall. She hits it a little bit too hard.
That's a lot of people's downfall.
She isn't able to react in time. She scores on herself a lot.
A good player told me that you have to go home after each shot.
Meaning, like, go back to your base position in the middle blocking.
Yeah, and that player keeps beating you whenever he comes out here.
That may have been.
Oh no!
She does
Again,
it
this is why you really need to get back home after each shot. You
this
don't
game
want,
would be
my
tied
goodness, look
right
at this
now.
right wall under she just hit.
She has scored, 6 points this game? 2 of them on herself and 4 of them on Matt.
Oh no! This is
Come on, Jess, you got this. Oh, she got him. She got him to
Nice.
jump out.
Catching Matt off guard with the charge.
Nope,
but
and that's the
now
final
Matt,
game. Final
man.
shot right there. 7-5.
That shot happened so quick. We can't really replay it. But
It was good.
that's the second game from Matt. A left wall under, I believe.
Okay, I'm gonna go run out there and give her some advice. What advice should I give her?
Play better.
Okay, I'll go tell her that you said that.
That I said it? No, it should be coming. It's coming out of your mouth.
No, you said it. I'll be right back.
Oh, I think they are. Nathan saves the day once again, so we don't start too soon. Matt anxiously waiting to play, banging on that goal. Where is his kiss? Somebody needs to give Matt his own kiss.
Did you hear that last part?
No.
I said, also Spec says to play better.
Was he expecting a kiss from me too?
Yes.
Here we go. Game number 3. And Matt gets possession again.
She's not being very serious. I just told her that. I'm like, you're not being very serious about this game. Like, get serious.
Yeah,
but
air hockey is super serial. Like that. Like that.
That was good. That was good.
Beautiful cut straight. Oh, that left wall gets her a lot. You should teach her how to block left wall.
She's done that same shot against herself so many times.
I mean, it's a pretty powerful shot. You can't stop it.
It's powerful, but if you aim it, it goes in her goal. If you aim it wrong, it goes in your own goal. So,
one of Ray's favorite advice is to play with intention. What does intention mean?
Whose intention?
I want to play with intention. Where can I meet them? You know.
Oh, she gets it back.
That almost went back into your
I
own
know
goal.
it did.
Oh, it rims out a Matt's goal.
It's really a game of like Jessica versus herself in this game, right? Matt's just kind of along to watch.
Well, Ray, we always tell Josiah to slow down because he's playing too fast for his own good.
No, I don't. I disagree actually. So I saw Josiah playing yesterday. We should really be talking about this game, but I saw him playing yesterday, and he was losing to Anthony. And Anthony was like, "Slow down, Josiah." But Josiah kept going faster and faster, and he was able to handle it, and he ended up winning that match.
That was a fast shot.
Colin Cummings says to play as fast as you comfortably can.
Well, he is historically...
That was not great. Matt scores on himself there.
Colin Cummings is... Oh my goodness.
replay!
Let's replay that.
Oh, no. What happened? He just
let go.
I'm glad that he laughed about it too, because otherwise I'd feel bad. Okay, she's got him now.
She's
5-3.
now in the lead, 5-3.
It's 1-0. Matt is in the lead, 1-0 now, but it's
Oh,
okay.
that off speed is just catching Jessica off guard each time. Instead of just banging the puck over and over. Well, that's just called a pot shot. Oh, right
It's
wall
now
over.
game point 4.
Right wall over, but Matt charged. Oh, Jessica does not get that save. Another off speed left wall over from Matt. Does not hit anything. Jessica gains back possession. She sets it back up to the center. Hits a off goal. Hits it right into
she had him
Jessica's
open.
Matt.
He rushed and it was fully open, but she missed her chance. Okay, what's she gonna do? She's gonna score at least once on herself. Here we go.
You need to teach Jessica how to do a release because she's hitting it on the front of the mouth.
She
hitting it
practices
on the back of the mouth.
0%.
Oh,
She practices 0%. And so, but then she gets really mad if she loses. And I said, why are you mad if you're losing? If you're not getting your practice in? And
she's just banging that puck over and over again. It is now 6-6.
So now she wins it.
Timeout call.
Matt called a timeout. Oh, he called it out for her sake. I like that. What a guy. What a dumb guy. He's about to lose. She can't even.
She loses the puck.
No, it was during timeout, so she gets it back. All right, here we go. Come on, Jess. Come on.
All right, Scott, just don't block the table. Oh, she loses the puck.
Gosh.
And here comes that left wall. Oh yeah, blocks it. And that final right wall under saves her butt.
I'm still mad at her for losing that position. I'm still mad.
Oh, just froze up Matt and he could not
we were
react.
playing in doubles together at Worlds, Jessica and I, and she did so good. She did so good. And so seeing her play like this today, clearly because she doesn't care. I think that being on doubles forces you to like care more, right? Because you're not just playing for yourself, you're playing for your teammate. But right now she's just playing for herself and she does not care. But apparently even her not caring equals 1 win. Oh, it is 2-1, isn't it?
It's 2-1.
I forgot about the very first game.
He
I
forgot
thought it was
that
tied.
one.
I thought it was tied up right now for some reason.
Yeah, we've been having a technical difficulty with one of our games not showing up.
Ooh,
Like Jessica
okay.
gets possession this time, almost loses it.
She almost scored on herself. No, okay, she's doing better with possession this time.
She's
and control.
a little better.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
that's what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, a cut across.
Yep. She gets possession back. Cross him again. Cross him
Do
again.
that cross.
Right
Oh,
wall
man.
unders deflected and stolen. Matt goes for the left wall and scores it.
That left wall is getting her so much. I want her to hit more cross.
I'm okay as long as she doesn't
don't
lose.
do it,
I'm
don't.
okay with it as long as she doesn't lose possession or score on herself. After that, I don't.
Oh, Matt completely misses the puck.
Oh, don't do it. Okay.
Just block it.
It's so hard to watch her.
that
It's
cross-
so hard to watch her game spec. I should not be commentating right now. I should be out there just like
it
pacing.
is stressful.
It's stressful because like he's just sitting there just doing nothing, and she's like fighting just to not kill
fighting,
herself.
She's fighting against
Oh,
herself.
see, even
right
right there, that was
That
even
was
her
a-
scoring on herself.
Oh, look at that right wall under.
See, look at this replay. Matt doesn't even make the shot. She blocks it, and then
It hit
it
her
bounces
mallet
off
twice.
the bottom of her mallet. Okay,
Oh,
and then she
no.
let go of it. It's such a fast-paced game, though. So
Such-
definitely not getting bored, but it's very. It's like watching.
Oh, I thought that.
It's like watching a NASCAR driver race against.
Oh my goodness! Look at this
Race
cut.
against a kid on a tricycle. That's what's happening right now.
This
She's
cut
just
was
haphazard.
amazing.
No,
I think you're too focused on a lot of things right now.
I am. Right wall under. It's now tied. How was it tied? She's going crazy. Like, aim those shots. Don't score on yourself.
She's taking like 2 seconds between shots. This is the longest she's ever taken a shot.
She needs to distract him somehow.
Oh, a beautiful block from Jessica. She does a circle drift. Don't score
okay,
on
that's one of the
yourself.
things. That's one of the things I told her. I'm like, stop circle drifting. Like, it's not in your favor right now. Just set it up very basic.
But if she does it, she just goes right down the middle like that.
She is. You're right. She just did 3 shots down the center. Oh, Matt with a
Another.
very nice off-speed left wall. Matt's back of the goal.
Jessica needs to set up and aim her shot. She's just hammering the puck down in no man's land right now. It's like shooting. It's like the competitive shooters, right? They have all those gadgets on their eyes, and no matter how many gadgets you give Jessica, I think she would still, hit the off goals.
Yeah, I mean, if you start looking at her accuracy ratio, it's pretty bad. So like if you look at Matt's,
and
it's
then
like right there, that would have been a
Matt, like that Turkish guy that's been going crazy
without anything.
Without anything,
No, okay,
just a white T-shirt.
Right there, Jessica would have scored a goal if he wasn't blocking, but that one was a miss. So right now, if we just started tracking, she'd be at like a 50% ratio, right? And let's see, because my premise is that she's really not on goal. She's shooting just a lot of shots and hoping to get them there. Like that one wouldn't have gone in that she just did either. Matt's keeping a lot of possession.
It's sort of like
round.
Boxing. You're just throwing haymakers just to see if the opponent will go down. But
Yep.
Matt is taking calculated punches.
Game point 3 now.
When you take calculated punches like that, you're just gonna knock someone out instantly.
Oh
no! And there's that final shot. It wasn't really a shot, but it was a self goal, and she's just standing there.
She needs to get serious about this. Oh no, how do I make her serious? I know. I'll have one of the kids come out and just
have the kids come out and
have
cheer.
the kids come out and have them say, if you love me, you'll win this game. Haven't you ever seen, was it A Knight's Tale? That terrible lady that's like, if you love me, you'll win. And then he starts winning, and then she's like, if you love me, you'll lose. And then he starts losing on purpose. I would have been like, lady, get lost. But either way, it might work for this game.
Well, I won not because of love, but because of my pride. I know you lost, and I took your pride from you.
You did, for now.
For now.
It's temporary.
I am the top of Idaho.
Keep my pride warm for me.
I am currently the top of Idaho right now.
I don't know about that.
For 1 week.
Sure, that's fine. Yeah, you take that title.
I won the tournament. You
did.
Hey.
You're on top of the world.
Yeah, I'm on top of the world.
How's the weather up there?
It's nice, I can look down on your bald head.
I'm gonna be one of those guys that definitely goes bald but refuses to wear a hat. I'm gonna make everybody suffer. If I have to suffer, everyone's suffering.
Well, when you go to Worlds and they have a spotlight on you, you can just give them your headlamp.
I mean, couldn't that be distracting to the other player and you could win the game because of blinding them?
No, because you're looking down to look at your puck.
Oh.
What are they gonna do? Force you to wear a hat?
Not Braden tomorrow. When he looks up,
just say you have lice, and then they can't do anything about it.
That was the worst play at Worlds that I ever saw. I did a shot on Braden tomorrow. It went into the goal. He looks up out of frustration. It popped out of the goal, but he didn't know. So it was on the table, but he was still looking up, and then he moves, and then he accidentally bonked it into his goal. It was the saddest moment. Ooh.
It looks like Matt with the first point.
Come on, Jess, you got this. Let's just get one more game. It's 1-3 right now. So this is a match. It's a set game. If Matt wins this game, then he gets his first set, and he only need to win one more set.
That goes to Matt for his possession.
Jessica has a huge uphill battle right now. She would have to win 3 games in a row right now. She can't let Matt even win 1 game.
What surprises me is how Jessica even got higher than Matt in the spin-off bracket. Yeah, at Worlds, because Matt was like 101.
Ooh. Matt was a rated higher player, and he lost to somebody. I can't remember who it was, but he lost a game that he shouldn't have lost.
He lost 2 games he shouldn't have lost.
Yeah.
He
so
lost
put him in
2.
a really bad bracket.
Peter Chung.
I don't think he was rated higher than Peter Chung. I think Peter Chung was rated to beat Matt. I think Peter Chung was rated higher than you as well. Ooh,
well, I beat him 3 times.
Right, but I mean, as far as the rating goes, that's not the. I don't think that was the loss I'm talking about. It's 4-1 now. Oh, that's the. If she could just do that,
it makes us howl.
7 points every game.
That little fake pump got Matt so hard in that cross cut straight. Yeah, Peter Chung is really good. But I guess I'm the better Peter now.
Oh goodness, there can only be one.
There can only be one Peter.
Last night there was another Nathan at the weekly, and I was
Nathan,
like, there can only be one.
It was Nathan M, not Nathan B.
Doesn't matter.
I'm the better Peter C.
Oh, nice right wall under. Okay, come on, babe, you got this. And you too, Jessica. Just kidding. Okay. Oh, 3-5 now. Come on, Jess. She sets it up. I like that drift way better than another one. Like a lot better than the
it's a lot
circle
more
drift.
simplified. Oh,
Nice.
Nice block. From
Beautiful steal.
Jessica.
Yep.
She'll set it back up with the simple drift. Taking her time. Almost
She made him jump out, but she gets it back.
All right. Time reset.
Look at CC. Do you see Matt's smirk? Now he's got that smirk. See, and that was your downfall.
What do you mean my downfall?
You started losing like crazy. It was when your smirk went away that you started winning. We called you Pop. We called you Papa Smirk.
Wait, that was it. That was good. I didn't even realize.
I think that they scored the last. That's. She's telling him good set. No, you get mad, Jessica. I have to go out there and tell her how to lose properly. You throw things. You kick him. And you don't
yell.
Lose
with kindness.
You
with
blame the table like Scott did. You basically say it's not your fault in any way. When you lose, you find excuses why you lost. Look how happy she is. No, you don't get happy about losing. This is.
She's like that one picture with one guy facing the wall on the bus and one guy facing the window in the bus. It's like sunny and dark side. She's on the sunny side right now.
Yeah, see, I need to talk to... You know what? I should have gotten the prenuptial agreements. And that basically said that, like, she just has to get, fierce. Because I'm seeing her be way too chill about losing. Did you see me yesterday? I was about to throw something. I was not happy about losing that game yesterday.
I know, it almost went 7-6 all 4 games.
I know it.
There was a 1-7-5 game. I got that good lead.
We should have the players go over to the... so throw your comments in the thing. We see there's still quite a few of you watching right now. Thank you for hanging in there while we had an extra double match here. Go ahead and throw your question in the chat. We're going to go and ask them right now. My question for her is, why aren't you using all the lame excuses that all of the other players have used today?
Look at Matt just almost falling asleep on the couch.
All right. We'll go out there right now. Jessica, I was rooting for you. Just want you to know that.
Well, I would hope you
The whole
would.
chat
But
was
now
rooting for Jessica.
I'm not rooting for you anymore.
Why?
Because out of the two of you, only one of you really cares to win.
I won a game. Thank you very much.
But did you even want to win that game?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. Because like afterwards, you know what you said to him? You said, that was a great set. You're supposed to blame it on the table like Scott did. You're supposed to throw stuff.
Nah, man, I am determined not to be a sucky loser like my husband.
Oh, did you hear that, chat?
You're supposed
What
to
a
get angry
sad
and throw
sack
stuff.
loser like Nathan.
Okay, so Matt, how do you feel beating women? Okay.
I feel fine. As if
should've
they're
wore his
aggressing
wife
me, I'll
Yeah.
totally throw down.
Okay, so a true story, and it made me so angry. I had beaten Sarah Wiseman at the showdown, and in Texas, and I called my dad afterwards, and he was like, "Well, I watched your game," and I'm like, "Yeah," and he's like, "Well, you beat a girl,
He so is a sore loser.
so good job." And I was so bummed about that because I'm like, he doesn't realize that she's the daughter of a 10-time world champion.
Literally
And
the female world champion.
The female
that
world
year.
champion. She is amazingly good, and her and I always go like neck to neck. So it really killed me on that. So so now apparently I'm just
Hey,
Yeah.
if you look at the comments, you can see someone is a sore loser.
get mad, not glad. Yeah. So okay. So question for you: going into this next set, what are you gonna do to adjust, Jessica?
Okay, well, he's getting a lot of left walls in on me.
So just move your mallet to the left.
No, because then when I do that, you get right walls in on me.
So move your mallet to the right.
No.
It's a dilemma.
Get good, I guess.
The shots that he got in on you the most, by far, were the shots where he didn't touch it at all.
I know, 100%. It was me.
It's like
shooting it
Jessica
in.
was my biggest teammate.
We were watching,
so good at this.
and Matt was just. I was like, Matt's just along for the ride. He's just a viewer at this point.
But I do literally feel really bad when that happens.
Well, see, the thing is that she did so dang good while we were on a team, doubles. And I think that's because she knew that it meant a lot to me. And so she was putting a lot toward it. I know that when I'm on doubles teams with people, I'm not just playing for myself. I play a lot harder. But in this game, I could tell that her heart's not really into it this game. She just started school today, as a teacher. She's got a lot of other stuff on her mind. So I guess my only thing would be to say, like, you've got only one more set. Crank it. Right?
You mean
Focus
I
on
have
it.
2 more sets?
One more if you have the same attitude you had in the first set.
Wow, you have zero faith.
After that match, yes, my faith went from. I mean, do you see the polls? You were winning.
What?
You were winning in the polls. See at the top of the screen, the top left corner.
I'm not
there?
winning.
You
were.
by a lot.
But you've lost not just my confidence. You lost all of our fans' confidence. So what I'm saying is, take this set and crank it.
Remember, you have to sleep next to me tonight.
I told him that too. I said I had to root for you because you know where I live.
And where you sleep.
Okay, but on a very fair note, have fun, but crush him this round.
Yeah.
You're having too much fun right now.
I'm sorry. It's
Yeah.
always fun playing Matt, you know?
Spec, what do you think? Because it's not just me saying that. It's also Spec. He said get better.
I think he said get
Well, I
good.
mean, that's basically what I said. I said
You
get good.
just look at Matt's mallet and where he's gonna hit, so you just move to where he's gonna hit. It's just that simple, Jessica. I don't know how to explain it
I
better.
know, and I was actually starting to figure that out. Where like
If you just delay it a little bit so he charges out, and then you do the right wall under on him.
yeah,
You had a
if I
very-
can shoot it.
Your cross is fantastic. Like every time you do it, we're like, oh, your cut is really, really, really good.
I told you, did you hear him yelling in there every time she hits it? Because it makes this crisp, like, crack noise.
It's so
when it hits
good.
the goal.
It's
I'm like,
so good. It's the when you go for the right wall and it's missed and it just bounces all over. Don't do those. But
yeah.
you got this. I have tons of faith in you. I'm building my faith back because I'm seeing you get serious. You got this. Crush him. All you need to win is like 1 or 2 games, and he'll get in his head and he'll just fall apart. Just kidding. He will. Just kidding.
It's all about the mind games with
Yeah.
this one.
That's it. Distract him with use your womanly wiles.
I need a lower cut shirt for that.
oh my gosh, do not do that. I'll not be able to play at all.
That's literally how Ray wins like every one of his games. I'm kidding.
just
He just has the open cut shirt.
He's got his collarbone showing out.
Showing some collarbone.
and it was very hot in that room, so he was all glistening and stuff. It was like
No. Ray's
wish they could
amazing.
sparkle
Ray,
that
we
much.
appreciate you for watching. We appreciate all of our viewers, and Ray, you're like the best. I don't know why he puts up with us. All right, good luck on your guys' next set here. Jessica,
I
kill
think
him,
Ray says
crush him.
something.
What's that? What's the nickname again? Whose nickname? I don't know. Ray's asking what's the nickname.
There's Jessica the Cannon Bus.
Oh yeah, she's the cannon, and Ray and Matt is the Belgian bull.
The Belgian bull.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
All right, jump into the next game. Good luck
Yep.
to both of you, especially
Let's go.
Jessica.
Now Ray's giving the side eyes.
My left balls are turning into straights right now.
Where's my advice, Anthony?
You don't give me blinds anymore. You don't get
I'm just now realizing that we had one of those two microphones out there. No, never mind. I thought one was unmuted. No, we're good. We're good. Everyone heard everything. That's good.
So, Ray wore a V-neck for doubles and they got third. So it might be a good strategy to wear a very deep V-neck.
That might be the new tech, he says. That's amazing. You know, we've been wondering, like, what do air hockey players look like? You know, what would the best uniform be? Now we know.
Oh, did you start? They weren't supposed to start.
Well, you should,
They have 3 minutes left.
Nope, it's already 0-1. Go Jessica. Maybe she plays better when we're not watching her.
That may be true. Command center needs to set up for this game real quick.
Jessica and I have a joke where we say, you know, use your womanly wiles. And so she'll just, like, do, like, really, really awkward, not really flirty things to random people. She'd be like, hey.
All right. 2-0. Very big improvement from Jessica here.
Yeah, but, okay, do you see her face now? She's, like, legit playing hard right now. So Matt is still just sort of, like, nonchalant, but Jessica's got serious. Like, she's wiped the smirk off of his face. Ooh.
Oh, was that goaltending?
I think so. Yeah. It legit would be a goaltending shot.
Well, at least she gave that point to Matt.
Did you hear her, like, her grunt, though?
Yeah, through the door.
Yeah. She is, so that's how I know. Oh, that's right, you don't have your headphones on. Yeah, you need to listen because she's gonna get
I'm listening.
That deep growl, that throat.
Her purr.
That, like, what? This isn't Josiah's cat, who's, like, weirdly more famous than he is at this point, even though he has 2 million views now.
Matt is just going for a sequence of shots right now, just trying to force a point in.
Yeah, but look at that. Okay, that right there was an expert block. She blocked it and stole possession and then scores on it. That was a fantastic play. I want to see that happen, like, at least 30 more times. Look how
fast his right wall was. It skipped frames on her very fast cameras.
Amazing. Okay, she's playing at the next level right now. I am happy to see that. Okay, like, right there,
you can
perfect
see
block.
the growth.
Yeah. People are probably going to yell at me for yelling at her, but I know that at the end, she usually, to be honest, she'll usually tell me, like, hey, thanks, like, I was just in a weird headspace. She usually likes it when I kick her in the butt. Ooh, 3-all.
Do you like being
Good shot.
kicked in the butt, Nathan?
Yes.
Is it like a...
Yes, it's a thing.
Did you like it when I kicked your butt last night?
Ironically, yeah, it's gonna help us all grow. The better that you guys get against me, the better I get.
Ooh,
is
that
the better you guys get.
left ball under slips right into
good.
Matt's goal. You can see he was right there, but it was just a millisecond too late.
Ray says, the cannon! Nobody can block the cannon, not even the cannon. So much on target, you better watch out. It's so true. But she's doing much better. Oh, that was a nice, I liked his, like, lead up to that right
It was
under.
a good delay.
It was a perfect delay. Like, he froze,
but
she
that
got
right
out of
wall
place.
under gets right past him again. Oh.
I don't think he meant to do that. Oh.
I think he meant to do that, Nathan.
The right wall under, yes, but his accidentally hitting it backwards, no.
It was a
If he rewatches this game,
deception.
if you're rewatching this right now, later, but now for you, as you're watching it later, you tell us that was intentional.
Oh, there's the cannon shot. Can't stop it.
I wish I was doing that, like, on purpose, but I do it unpurposefully because it's just such a good shot. Matt wins at 7-6, winning the first game in the second set.
A nice waterfall and a nice left wall over.
You can see her face too. She can see it, and she just, sits and thinks about it. It was a good shot. It was a great shot from Matt.
Anybody in the comments, our final shot replay got a facelift, so tell us how it is. What do you think about it, Nathan?
Our new replay, it's delightful.
Our new
I love
animations.
it. I think that you've done an amazing job. I think that when you are playing, the stream suffers greatly, and it suffered so much while you weren't playing, or while you were playing, because I had to run it and it was awful. I'd like to take a second to remind everyone that that's a couch.
It's not just a couch. It's our couch.
It's the couch. People asked us why it's that color, and we just never really thought about the color. And so
why isn't it?
I think we're gonna switch to a black leather couch, and then so it blends in with the background, so it looks like people are just sitting floating.
Do a green screen. So we could have it whatever we want on it. It could even be a big matte face.
Could you chroma key it?
Yeah.
Could you chroma key the beige so we can make a black couch? Let's just do that.
I think it
Sweet.
would clip. Yeah, we're also using the new break animation too. If you notice, it's a little stopwatch when it pops up.
I did. I love it. I love these a lot. I think the stream is looking super good. Thank you for all your work. Thank you for everybody that's watching and helping us. Thank you for our sponsors that are making this happen.
I got inspired from the Worlds broadcast, and it just gave me motivation to make ours look better.
Do you see how Matt's playing right now? He doesn't even think that he doesn't even have
look
to
at
play.
him with his PlayStation hat.
Yeah.
Just
and his hair that he just suddenly grew.
And his rainbow Nike shirt.
We'd like to point out that that's Anthony. He's the one that failed massively as
Dark
a ref.
Antonio,
last
as they
game.
say.
He's actually a really great guy. I love the community here so much. The players here are amazing, except Jake and Sam. Everybody here is super amazing.
Do you have it out for those guys?
Yes. Okay, I have to know. How did you like Jacob's congratulations to you yesterday?
He was like complaining that, I've won multiple times against Nathan, but it wasn't a point spot win. So he always had at least 1 or 2 points up on you.
I just think it's funny that he was like, wait, what? And then we explained, he's like, well, congrats, Spec. And I was like, worst congratulations of all.
I was like, thanks, yeah.
I'm like, you would know if you were here.
Because I don't think he would win it without the point spot at his point in time. Because
wait, no, because I lost on that side.
We're on the right side.
They can't hear you, but if you yell, they could. I'm gonna just increase volume.
Yeah, I should be over here. Well, no, it's showing that I should be over there. But
are you sure?
Just one on that side.
Do we have them on the wrong side, Spec?
Yeah.
Should we game 2?
I'll switch it because of them.
Yeah.
Matt gets
they're like talking to
Matt
higher
gets
power.
a weird New York accent when he's angry.
He has a lot of accents.
He's like, "We're playing over here."
Sometimes he speaks gibberish.
Yeah, he does.
The game is in play now. Matt setting up for his left wall over, but there's a right wall under.
Oh, there it is. I like that setup. I like that he did like a slow one, then he went with a fast one, and then threw her off.
I think it was a slow one still. Oh, there it is. There was that delay.
She delayed like you said, and it got. Look at her.
See?
Look at her face. Okay, do you see the difference on her face right now?
My advice works.
Look at my wife's face, Spec. You look at that face now. Do you see the?
I'm taken.
Do you see the difference? Do you see the difference though? Before she was like laughing and bubbly, and now she is like dead set on killing him.
Look at Matt's
this
face.
is the game I want to see. I don't want to. I'm kidding. I'm also married. Matt scores on himself. Jessica does a double tap on her goal to say, "Hey, I'm sorry about that." Then Matt scores a point. It's now 2-3.
Straight down the middle for Jessica. If this was a darts competition, she would be winning so much from how many shots going mid.
Oh. You know, I didn't even think about that. Most sports you're trying to get right on target, and air hockey you're trying to get right next to target. Never thought about that. So
actually,
ooh, I like that shot.
Darts, you hit the target above the bullseye, so it's like
extra points. Oh, that's right. It depends on what like game you're playing. There's like different game variations.
Nobody ever aims for the bullseye in darts because it's less points. Oh my god! That hit the cut. Oh, and it did, but it was
so close. She's doing so much better though. Do you see the point?
Out, yeah.
So like now she's doing super duper great.
Now
Now mind you,
she needs to get the cross right here.
by all metrics, she should lose this game because Matt has a ton more experience on her. So I don't want her to just come out and beat this game. I just want to see her play really well, and right now she's playing really well.
Matt only plays good when he's comfortable. He doesn't know what being uncomfortable
I think that you're correct. When he's in like the tournaments and he's up against an opponent that he should win, he has a hard time closing out. And at Worlds, he has a really hard time.
He has a hard time scoring scores. It's just not. It's not about closing out. It's about scoring. Like against the wife of some guy. I forgot his name.
Oh, the one that was new from
Yeah, from North Carolina. The new best player.
Oh no, I'm thinking about the one from not Colorado. Yeah, Colorado. This could be it right here. This could be Matt's second game.
He just had a tough time scoring on her. I literally told him, just do your straights. Don't do any fancy waterfalls. Just keep it basic, keep it boring, as I say.
I mean, it's true because Matt, he has, in my opinion, some of the best overs. He does this killer back of the goal where he's hitting it from right near the back of his goal, and he does these right wall and left wall overs that are off speed, and they're fantastic. The only thing is that he does a lot of them and doesn't switch it up too much.
There's too much fun on the table.
He's got her out of her headspace. Okay, do you see that? Do you see how her face changed from laughing to serious? Yeah. Okay, so she's trying. Matt's known for getting people out of their serious mode. He loves to make jokes and get them out of that to win. There it is.
Oh man.
Hey, but she did really good that game. Like, she did fantastic.
That was a well-fought game.
So
even if didn't see like
was her name Jennifer?
I don't even know.
I don't either. I kept hearing of her, but I don't think I ever saw the person who played.
She was awarded the best newcomer.
Ooh, and well, she got in what, in the 40s? I heard that she got in the 40s, which is insane to be a new player and get in the 40s. Matt's not new, he got in the hundreds. Jessica's not new, and she got in the 60s or 70s.
She got like 60, 62, not 40, but she was in the 40 to 60 bracket. So I don't know. Oh, she's doing the speed back drift.
Don't you look at my wife from this angle, Spec. Close your eyes.
Well, you can't even see mine.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, censor.
Yeah.
Censor her, Scott, without
right there.
Nobody remembers that we use this camera in the middle of games.
No, they
Nobody.
See it.
No, not even you. You walked up at one point. We were watching you get your stretches on and stuff. So it's pretty funny. This is like our. It's just right in the middle of the room, and it's on a tripod. It's not like it's hidden on the ceiling or anything. It's just right there, but nobody remembers that it's on. It's just become like a part of it's just part of the decor apparently, and so it's really funny to see what we can catch on the in broad daylight cam.
I don't think Jason got the best newcomer award because. Yeah, it was Kay.
You know what's funny is you answer people's questions, but you don't read the questions off. And so when people are rewatching this and they're not looking at the chat live, you just say random things.
I think it was Kay.
So Ray, that should be your goal in chat. You guys should all just ask questions that you know he's not going to repeat the question. He's just going to give the answer and make the answer whatever it is. Make him sound really dumb.
Why do I have to read out everything? They can just rewatch this and look at the chat.
Because nobody, including myself, and I'm everybody, nobody rewatches a video and rewatches the live chat during that video.
I do. I look up the chat.
Nobody does. You know what? We might take this poll down and replace it with the new poll of how many people actually rewatch with chat on. She has her confidence again. But yeah, people should be asking questions just to get you to say dumb things. Like, they should just randomly be like, bacon or popsicles, but you wouldn't read it. You'd just be like, bacon! And people watching be like, why did he just say bacon?
Much of it is unfounded.
What is it?
They could put
I
like
forgot to.
drowning puppies or drowning cats, and you'd be like, drowning cats, and they're like, why did he just say that? That's awful.
This is the first time I've ever been ranked higher than you ever in my life. It's yeah.
There. I think I got it right.
I don't feel comfortable with Matt talking about my wife's fluke. I'm really glad we got the volume up. She loses possession. She's like, ah, like a magpie, and Matt's like, cheers, mate. Matt sets it up. It's 1-0 right now. He's won. It's 2 games to 0, I believe.
I swear it's game 3 and Matt won 2 times.
Is it? Because to be honest, with our OBS today has been running slow. I think is what's happening. There's been a lot of things I've been hit that have been running slow, so just not a good day for streaming, and that's all right. You know what? One day we'll get super duper duper high speed internet and it'll sponsor us, because have you seen their banners? It's like blazing fast speeds. Well, they should sponsor blazing fast replays like that one. Check out that shot. Oh,
It was a good cross.
it was a beautiful,
Which
beautiful
Matt
cross straight.
didn't hit so much lately. He's just doing his really off speed. Oh, but that point does not count.
Oh no! Yeah, if you score a goal
keeps
and like,
doing the off speed stuff, but people just block off speed.
if you score a goal and then let go of the mallet, it does not count. So that one doesn't count. Furthermore, just for funsies, letting all of our viewers know, we've actually installed 2 different microphones on each side. So 2 on the right side and 2 on the left side of the air hockey table. They're implanted into the table just to hear like contact, right? So if you were to put on headphones and close your eyes, you would actually know who scored on who, because you could actually hear which goal it falls into.
It only
Ooh, 5-0 now.
It only works if you're wearing 2 of them at the same time. You can't hear them if you're wearing one earbud in one ear.
I feel like that's a.
Are you being ableist right now?
I feel like that's. I feel like that's a dumb thing to say. I feel like people know if they wouldn't be able to hear stereo out of only one ear.
What are you even saying right now?
I'm saying you didn't have to explain. They have to use 2, but yes.
Stereo only is 2 channels, right? So you can't. If you have 1 channel, it's just mono.
You've got mono.
Maybe. I've been sharing too many drinks with this one person, so. Jessica almost catched.
She's keeping possession pretty good though.
But it's 6-0. She might get skunked. I just want her to score 1 point.
She did, but she looked over Mallet. Oh, 7-0.
Man.
So mad.
She's so mad. He's fired up. She's mad.
Are you mad?
Parts of that where I was just shooting, there were other parts where I was trying to set it up.
We should do a replay of her throwing my mallet.
That mallet's expensive.
Yeah, that was disgraceful.
Don't you want like a more?
Do you hear her? She knows I'm bad. She doesn't. You're dead to me. I don't think she can even hear me yelling. That's funny.
What?
So, Spec, the viewers want to know. You can see it in the chat all over the place. They're asking, when is the potato power going to, when are they going to actually get the balls to take on the struggle bus?
Whenever Matt finds his freaking shirt.
So I think we got 26 this year, Jessica and I in doubles. What did you guys score?
36.
Oh!
It was just
I
because
don't
of
even know if
Matt didn't perform.
I don't know if we
as
can
well.
bother ourselves with plebeians like you guys. I don't know if we can stoop that low to even.
At least we didn't play each other, you know. We played against Gore and Mitic again.
We need to live stream a doubles match. I think that'd be really fun.
Would it be fun?
Dude, Jessica carries. I'm not even kidding. I don't know how
I'm
many...
the carry, but I can't carry Matt all the way.
No, like Jessica, there'll be games that I can't score. I mean, there was games where she scored 4 to 5 of the points. You know, it's supposed to be me scoring that, and she could just, you know, she just needs to score 1 or 2, but nope. She was carrying. She does really good on doubles. That's why I just want to go out there and pretend it's doubles for a second.
What are they saying right now?
Maybe I shouldn't turn up the volume for the other room. It's table talk, Spec. You know what table talk is.
I just grunt.
It's like pillow talk, but different.
Alright, well, we're gonna fly to North Carolina and challenge Ray and Lost for rank 3.
They did so good. Dude, they did so good. I felt bad because we weren't able to stay and watch that game, but they basically iced Ray and Los. They had them wait to play the game for like an hour and a half.
Yeah, I think it's because they wanted to be on stream.
Would have been nice to be on stream. You know how many times I played on Table 1? 0.
I played on Table 1 for my first game, and they didn't even record or stream it.
We asked.
Oh!
That was great, right all over. We asked, Brandon DeMaro and I asked, because we knew it was going to be like an America versus Italy game, and it would have been such a fun game to stream. And even after losing that game, I still believe that it was a very entertaining game. There was a lot of people watching that game. They should have streamed it one. I like how they streamed Josiah versus Riley, except I don't think they actually streamed it. I think they had it on Table 1, but they didn't stream it.
I think they had it on recording. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think, yeah, it was on recording, but it just wasn't streamed. They did it so weird, this world. They just...
So Ray wants us to challenge him. Ray, like I said to Spec, we can't dirty ourselves with plebeians such as yourselves. Jessica and I play at a higher standard. Oh no.
Like that.
Like that.
That was the highest standard.
Beware the standard. I like that. Nope, don't like that. I like the setup behind it. I like the drifting speed was really good.
Your wife has many qualities in air hockey. Just...
Whoa! Hey, you're taking, bro. You back off. See, I love that. She even got him to charge. It was a great
Getting
setup.
Matt to charge is pretty easy though. My game wasn't recorded because I didn't even see them press the record button. They had the roaming camera around.
Oh, that was over. Replay. Oh, Spec didn't do it. That was over.
Maybe if we had a competent ref.
Maybe if we had a competent replayer.
The rules dictate that I don't have to replay.
Wow. Oh, you replay that one.
Because it was a good shot.
And his was bad. It was over the line. I'm not like caring about the points as much, but his was over the line. But then again, there's a few times where she blocked it. Yeah, see, I think you're right about the whole competent ref thing. Oh wait, we're talking about Scott now. I don't want to diss Scott. I want to diss Anthony. I can't. I have too many priorities right now. I need to focus on who I'm dissing. It's 3-3, tie game right now. This is game number 4.
Oh,
correct?
and it hits her hand. So now...
That's a penalty shot
Matt.
too. See, this is one where that should be a penalty shot for Matt. He should be able to just shoot straight to the goal.
We're a little bit more relaxed here. Also, it's like 10:30, so...
Oh, no. And for whatever reason... Can you flip those?
No.
Okay, give me the tablet. Give it.
No, they have to hit it.
He doesn't even know. The score is 3-4, but it's Jessica. Just flip it.
Oh, you mean the score?
Yes, the score.
I thought you meant the timeout.
No.
Oh my goodness.
This is bad. Our commentary went from subpar at best to now.
Oh my goodness! Look at this shot Jessica made. It was around the mallet. And now
okay,
the curse.
Okay.
The curse has come.
Come on, Jessica. You got this.
Oh.
Okay,
no.
that was a good shot. It was a very good.
It was a bad shot. I would have blocked it.
All right, come on, Jess. She sets it up. Goes. Oh, okay. Do you see how far back she shot that from? It was like from like the 20-yard line. Now he's trying to distract her. Look at her though. Look at her face. Let's just zoom in. Look how pissed.
She's red.
So pissed right now.
She's so red right
yes.
now.
This is why
It's rolled out of the map.
This is why it's funny. People are always like, Nathan, you don't hurt your wife, do you? Do you beat her? And then they see Jessica and they're like, oh. Then they're like, Nathan, does she beat you?
My girl beats me up. It hurts, Nathan.
Here we go, 6-6. Oh, she's got possession. Come on, Jess. Come on. Right while under. Screaming fast.
Here we go. Right while under.
Oh, he was blocking for the right. That actually did do a right while under. Ironically. Okay.
Cross.
He was blocking the cross. The cut would have worked. Cut.
Oh,
right over for the win.
Oh, that was it.
Okay.
It was 6-6.
I know. So now it's 7-6.
And did not count it?
No, it counted. I think that did the
okay.
system freeze up? Hit it. Do it. Yeah, just give her the point. You do the thing. You push all the buttons.
I thought it was like it was 5-6.
There was no replay. Or is he saying that it didn't count? I don't know what's being said. Let's go to our louder cameras.
Well, because it's like, it's goaltending is what it is. Right. Yeah, so like if it hit your hand, but it would have gone in with goaltending. So
I feel like we're eavesdropping.
Yeah, good roughing, Scott.
This is fun.
Good roughing, Scott.
Okay, so I see what they're talking about. They're talking about the shots that were goaltending that I said that was goaltending.
it was like, yeah, it went in.
It was goaltending.
If it didn't go in, yes.
Yeah, so there were multiple times where her stomach blocked the puck from going into the goal, and it was on a clear, very straight trajectory to the goal, which means it would have been a free point for Matt. He would have, at least a free shot. He'd be allowed to take a free, unblocked shot at her goal. And so that's what they're explaining. I'm just glad that this time when we went in on their cameras that they weren't talking about sphincters.
They could be talking about other things.
Hey, Spec.
Why are you whispering? It's so weird.
I'm hoping you would whisper back and then I'd ask you, why are you whispering? But you didn't fall for my trap.
I don't fall for traps. That's how I beat you. Yeah, I didn't fall
Dating
for
now,
you.
you fell for a love trap.
Is she gonna eat me up now?
Yes.
You're not gonna see me next week.
Soon,
I swear.
before you know it, you'll be
I'll be like
you'll be
Landon.
living in
I'll
a
just disappear.
tiny apartment, bowling 6 days a week.
Bowling? They have a pro sport for that now.
She's reading Ray's comments right now. This is just a reminder for all those that are watching that you should definitely post comments. The players do read them live. I know, Ray, they did say all Table 1 games were recorded. I don't think that they were. But I would love to be proven
Mine
wrong.
wasn't, for sure. So.
Okay, what's she saying?
Sounds about right.
That's the hope and wish.
More speaker talk.
Pre-game.
Pick my pants out my butt.
I don't think
I think you should stop trying to listen in on the conversation.
No. We're gonna grow with subscribers with this. There was a time, I don't know if you saw in football, where they started miking the players, but they had to be like really careful, mute like most of it because they were swearing and cussing and saying really bad things. So they would like pre-listen and then play back like what they were saying. So we're being super risky by just like diving straight into what they're saying. But you know what? I'm cool with it. We're all family here.
I'm not.
No, Spec's gonna move to Texas because he's in second place. Every second place person loses the will to even live in the state anymore. Jacob, Sam, both who should be watching right now but aren't.
But Sam doesn't play.
Sam should have gone to Worlds or even play at any of his arcades in his town, like he said he would, but isn't. Sam, I'm still mad at you.
I think I'm better than Sam now.
Yes.
Oh,
very good.
There's that cross.
Very good. Do that shot again.
Just keep crossing him. Just keep crossing him.
Do you remember when Josiah was listening with earbuds to the live stream, but there was like an 8-second delay as he was playing, and so we could say weird stuff to him, and then 8 seconds later he would react to it. It was really funny. That was a great steal by Matt. That was fantastic.
I think that was lucky.
Ooh, it was not lucky.
That was a lucky shot.
It was good. It was a lucky. It was a great steal.
You said it was
shot.
lucky.
You're lucky they don't slap you. Matt sets it up, goes for straight down the center. It's blocked. Look at her fierceness. You know what?
You said look at her fierceness, and
No,
she said no.
No, but I am so excited. Okay, like it's weird to say this, but as a husband, seeing her be this intent on playing, this intensity, I love it. I would rather see her get scored on by Matt with this intensity than her even winning with the lack of intensity. Like this is where the rubber hits the road. Nice. That was a great shot. That was a really good one. If only we had a replay of it.
If only I only replayed good shots.
You know, Scott or Anthony was reffing better than you're replaying. that's pretty bad.
It was Israel reffing the first set or the second set.
See, look at Matt's face. She's not become a credible threat to him. She needs to. You know, if you can't beat him, you might as well injure him. That's what I always say. So she should just hit that thing straight off the tip.
I mean, they both can injure each other.
There it goes. There it goes. Oh, she delayed too long.
Oh, that was a good shot.
How did that get in? Okay, look at this replay. He was there on time and everything to block this shot.
It just curved.
It's now 3-4. She's up on him right now. Nope, tied up.
And now he's up on her.
You know, I don't like this talk.
You're the one who started the talk.
I am the jealous type. I'm kidding. Here we go. Jessica's amazing. She's the best. Okay, she sets it up. Goes for the.
Tries to do
I don't even
that.
know what that was. She went for a
know.
bad off goal and loses possession. Oh, and then Matt punishes her for it.
Beautiful cut from Matt.
If you like his cut so much, why don't you marry it?
Jessica needs to put a band-aid on from all the cuts she's getting. Oh, nice grab from Matt. Good save. Usually he would go over the line for that kind of stuff.
That one normally would have scored on her. Like, she'd normally block that in a way that it would
She's
score her.
oh.
Ooh, replay. Oh, that was definitely charging. It goes to Jessica.
Yeah. Fluffy Track started saying, why Texas?
I think that when Ray says new love, I think that he means
New love in Texas?
I mean love for
I don't
playing
want to
the
move
game.
to Texas. Texas is too hot for
Texas
me.
is very gross. It is very hot. It is extremely humid. We live in Idaho where it's extremely dry and happy.
I like being dry.
I like being happy. Also, true story, my very first time visiting Texas, I stayed in a very cheap hotel because I didn't know cheap hotels were a thing.
Goodness,
That was
look
a
at this right wall under.
great shot.
This is why we call it the cannon.
I didn't know cheap hotels were a thing. Like, I knew you could just pay less for them, but I didn't know that there were some that shouldn't be open. And I stayed in this hotel, and it actually had bed bugs in it, and it was the worst experience of all time. Jessica sets it up. Oh, and oh no, scores on herself. It is now match point to 5. Timeout called. I think it's a perfect time for a timeout. She needs to score 2 more points to win this game. Matt needs only 1 more point to shut down this entire match. Ooh. Jessica. Oh!
There's
oh.
still one
okay.
more point.
As long as she doesn't score on herself, please. Please.
Oh, turtling.
Nice.
From Matt.
Nice. Oh, she ties it up
Cut
6-6. Come on. Come on. Come on.
I'm like biting my thumb over here. I'm gonna bite it off.
I don't care what you're biting. Come on, Jessica.
A timeout call.
He called timeout before the ref said it though. He could get it for loss of possession. Oh. Oh, okay.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, she's doing her creepy smile. I have to live with that. Just kidding. Okay, come on. No.
Your wife is pretty creepy.
I love her for how creepy she is. Okay, come on. Set it up. Just take your time. Set it up. Look up. Yes!
Oh, that right
yeah,
wall over my head.
Okay,
Yes, but let's just back.
Okay, oh!
They're charging.
Come on, Jess. Come on.
Jessica
Okay.
almost scored on his own. Oh my gosh.
Cut. Oh, that was a cut. It was a charge for so right one.
Just come on.
Right
Just right wall under him. Just right wall under him. Matt, just do left wall over. Just left wall over. Oh.
Okay. It's deflected. She gets it back again.
Oh,
he was wide open. Go
Oh my goodness.
Be accurate.
Come on.
Okay, that was
straight down the middle.
He gets possession. He sets it up.
Matt's gonna do right wall over right here. Let's watch.
It's down the middle.
Oh my goodness.
It almost went in. Okay.
This is stressful.
Yeah! That puck was spinning hard. You could see it change direction. Oh!
Oh my goodness.
Okay, she gets it back. Come on, just yeah. No.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Yeah!
Oh my goodness.
Okay. Woo! Okay. Now let's go to eavesdrop mode 3000. We encroach upon our players and we increase volume.
You see the relief on her face. She's like, oh my goodness, it's over.
Dude, I thought that headbands gave me power, but I think it's her knee-high socks.
It's the compression on the calves.
I like to compress calves.
Huh?
But PETA gets mad at me.
Why?
Is that like a hamburger? Compressed calf?
It's pressure cooked meat. This seems like a really dumb dad joke just waiting to happen right now. Compression calves.
You are a dad.
I know.
Where's your jokes?
What do you call a cow with no legs? Compression calf. Okay, they're in. It's okay. We'll watch it from the webcam from across the room.
Well, there's 1 point.
She just apologized for being too vocal. Ooh.
And we didn't even see that point.
She does have a scream that sort of sounds kind of like a caged bird.
She just squeaks.
No, it's more. It's like a gravelly. It's like a.
It's like a parrot.
Do you know the seagull off of The Little Mermaid? It's like wah, wah, wah. She's a little like that when she's angry.
I haven't watched The Little Mermaid in like 14 years, Nathan.
Good, don't. It's a terrible movie and has terrible morals, and it shouldn't be shown to kids ever. It's my hot take, by the way. I hate The Little Mermaid, the movie.
Little kids should watch Shark Boy and Lava
Little
Girl.
girls, disobey your dads, run off, and all good things will happen. Also, you don't need a boy by your, I don't know, any talent or your speaking ability at all. You don't even need a voice. If you just have a body, you'll get the boy, apparently. This is why I told Jessica.
I mean, Ray Nugent says not a hot take.
I will say, though, that she was a redhead and so was my wife. And also, my wife could use her womanly wiles without her voice. She should do that right now against Matt. She should be like, la 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 la. Just slam it.
Oh my goodness. This game is action-packed right now, and that right wall under from Jessica.
Wait, did Ray agree with me about Ariel? I knew I
Yeah.
loved Ray. I knew it. I just couldn't quite pin exactly
Do you
what I
love
loved
him
about
enough to
him.
marry him?
Yes. If Jessica doesn't win this game and he wins his, I mean, it's an easy choice. I'm kidding. 4-4 right now. Is it 3 games or 3 games? Or is it 2-3? 2-3?
I think it's 2-3 right now. Maybe if our stuff worked. Okay. Oh! She tried to injure him.
I told
See,
you, if you
hey.
can't win, if you can't beat him, might as well send him to his dentist. I'm kidding about that, by the way, Ray. I've never intentionally tried to hurt anybody.
Yet.
Otherwise, I would sharpen my mallet. We play battle mallets. That's how they should determine the start of the game. You take a mallet, put it upside down. Ooh, that went right through. You could even hear the soft
went right
flutter
through his belly
as it scarred his navel. In disc golf, if you throw the disc and it like hits the ground and like cuts across the grass, they call that a worm burner, and that always cracked me up a lot. We need some term for when the puck grazes someone's stomach.
Has it ever burned a worm?
Like a navel graze.
I mean, disc golf has.
Yes.
Why was it named like that?
Because it's too low to the ground and it just like scrapes across the dirt.
But
so they call it a worm burner. Yeah, it burns worms.
Yeah, it burn a worm.
Yes. Probably. Yes. Oh no.
Why is she letting go of the mallet so much?
He just asked her too. She's blaming the mallet. It's a good mallet though.
Scott, your man juices all over you.
The back of Scott's head has been brought to you by...
What's a shaving company?
Ooh, it's now match point to 5. This was what it was last game, and she brought it back. Can she do it again? Ooh. Okay, come on. Here we go again. Yes! I don't even know how that went in, but it did. Oh, when she called a timeout while I was in his goal. Oh, that's so jacked up. It's legal. You can call a timeout as long as it's out of play or in your possession, and while it's in their goal, it's out of play. Perfect timeout. That was so good. That was so good.
Here we go, another 6-6. This is the second 6-6 game of this match.
Matt nods yes to the question.
Here we go. I got the button ready, Nathan. I got it ready.
Oh, and
I think that's Anthony leaving right now.
Okay, and Matt sets it up.
What's even happening? Oh, it's Seth.
Yeah, this is what happens when, we're just gonna pretend this isn't a thing. This is brought to you by Lego, who would like to remind you that you're always a child on the inside.
Giving people free advertising is a really bad look on.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'll stop doing it then. Here, I'll
You can look at Ruth Kamichek, her beautiful portrait.
Aren't you dating?
She's also married.
Exactly. So stop talking about her portrait. Oh, that's pretty good. Oh, and there's the end of the match right there.
I'm not married.
I know.
Not yet.
That was a great shot, right while under.
I'm happy with how I played today.
Freaking awesome, dude. I can't even deny that.
She did really good that second
That's
set.
definitely the best I've ever done against you.
Yeah. Look at this good banter. See, I would walk up, Spec, if you win your game, I'm gonna walk up to you after. If you win our match, I'm gonna walk up and just kick you straight in the groin. I'm just letting you know.
Why?
Because if you can't beat him,
you can't beat him. You just gotta medically injure me.
All right, let's go and talk to them real quick on the couch.
Sorry, what?
And then, but I have to make fun of her for it. And then she should play harder. And then that brought the person I wanted to play up. But
No, but that's fair. And
but I got
honestly,
the game I wanted to play.
yeah, no, it forced me into a different headspace. Yeah.
Not
pretty
very bad. Scott stopped the game and it was fine. Unless it totally derailed your train of thought.
I mean, it did.
Yep.
I definitely was not as ready for that.
Thanks, Seth. I'll give you your $20 later.
Yeah, why is...
Let's just figure out that.
Yep.
I asked when Potato Power, which is Matt and Spec's doubles team, is going to challenge us. And then I also reminded Spec that Potato Power, or Struggle Bus, our team, doesn't dirty our hands with plebeians.
That's true.
We look down upon them, but we don't sink to their level. So I don't know if that game's ever gonna happen.
Yeah.
Hard to say.
Not
Hey,
unless they actually challenge us. Though.
you did very good that game, like super duper good.
Thank
Like you
you.
did so dang good. You did not score on yourself. You had so much more control over it. Your shots were there. You were so fierce. Even when he tried to get you out of your headspace, you were like laughing. You're like, and you would get like right back into it. You did really, really good. Some great shots.
No, I actually appreciate that. Yeah, no, there was definitely a moment in that game where I realized, oh shoot, if he wins this, that's the end of the match. And then I started getting really angry.
That happened, well, besides that last game, 2 other times. Yeah. And you came back. Yeah. And when you got fierce.
Yeah.
Now, if I had walked up at that moment and said, calm down, wouldn't you be mad? Okay. Yeah. So that's what happens to me when I'm getting fierce. It's a little bit different from angry. Now, yesterday I got angry. Yesterday I was legit angry. But most of the time it's more about fierceness, intensity. And you increased your intensity, and then you played faster. You played more accurate. You know, you had more control. And you had a lot more tactic. You did really good. Matt, you did fantastic. Like, your shots are always very, very good. You know, you had a lot of killer shots. You had a lot of good overs, unders, all of it. Mm-hmm. Jessica used a few delays, like Spec had mentioned. He was like, you know, pull some delays, and you did a few, and they actually worked for you pretty well.
What's funny is that Scott's actually the one who first told me to do delays. And then after that, it was Anthony, and then it was Spec, and then it was Anthony again. And then Anthony just kept on saying, do some left walls. And I couldn't get any of my left walls in on you.
I don't think you should ever do left walls if you're not used to them yet.
I've been working on them, but yeah, they're not nearly as consistent as my other shots. Yeah.
So, number one thing is that Ray agreed that Ariel is a terrible, like, Little Mermaid, terrible movie. Second thing, we'll just let that slide.
Yeah, but she's a ginger, therefore I have to side with her. She has to be my favorite.
So,
that's how it goes.
Ray's asking how it feels to be a top 100 player in the world now, and so I think that's directed to Matt.
It feels pretty great to be in the top 100 again, which was my primary goal today.
93rd?
Yep.
Dang it, I'm 94 now? You suck.
You're still in the top 100.
Okay, that's fair.
That's something to be said.
Yeah,
hey, but you gave him a run for his money that second set. That was
right at the very end.
You
said, nope.
Yeah.
It's not going to be easy for you.
All right. Any questions from the chat? You guys, this is a perfect time to throw those in there to ask these players. Matt, what's your takeaway from the game?
That Jessica can bring it when she really wants to, and she's still like scary.
She carried for us. We said it wasn't her headband. She doesn't need a head. She's got powered knee-high socks.
No, it's her hair.
What? They're actually compression socks because I was on my feet like all day, and like my feet hurt, and so.
Thanks for the dad joke setup, but we're gonna move on from that. We already did that earlier. We already did a bit for that.
Are we about to talk about your ankle socks?
No, it's proof that I'm old.
We did a bit. Specca did a bit about 10 minutes ago where we're like, oh, she's got compression calves, and I'm like, I'm like, I love compressing calves, but PETA gets bad at me. But it was a thing. So, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Any last second? Any advice for Jessica?
Well, before the advice stuff, I actually just really wanted to give a shout out to Anthony because, like, honestly, if it were not for him, I would not have lasted nearly as long in that game. Because he was like, "Your defense sucks. You need to be here." And I was like, "But," and he was like, "Just try it. Just try it, okay?" But, like, it wasn't just, like, the way that it wasn't the advice that he gave. It was also the way that he said it, where it was just very chill, you know? So, I just appreciated that. So, thank you, Anthony.
Anthony makes people last longer. Got it. All right.
Gross, he's 14.
I am 15. 16%.
Sorry, he's 13.
Terrible. We got Vi in chat saying that she showed up a little bit late and couldn't watch the replay. You definitely can. This is you can actually rewind it for right now, but after we get done with the stream, it'll also be listed. We got a question. What's the training regimen for the Idaho State? So for both of you guys, are you guys doing any training for the Idaho State that's coming up next month?
Yes, I have my goal blocker and I'm practicing my shots.
That doesn't seem like it.
Sick burn. Wow.
I know. Specca used to being a nutsackaholic.
So
Yeah.
Jessica and Matt, there were a few times because you guys do a lot of talking to each other during the game, and so we would like blast the speaker so we could hear you guys. And we did it at the worst moments ever. And I have no idea what you guys were talking about. Let's jump in. And I get all quiet and like start whispering. I'm like, let's hear what they're saying. And I bumped up the microphones. And right at that moment, Jessica, you're like, yeah, the sphincter and da 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 da. We're like, maybe we don't bump up the microphones. And then, like, we did it again a few minutes later. We're like, maybe we should warn them first. Nah, let's just jump in. And then the second time, what did Matt say? Like, some butthole, blah, 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 blah. So.
It's in his pants is in his butt.
yeah, you're like, his pants is in his butt. Da, da, da. So we're going to continue with the whole. Also, that camera that's right there, that's just standing there. Nobody ever realizes that it's running in between games, and everyone walks up and like scratches their butts and like just stands in the way of it. It's really funny. So like it's like the hidden camera that's.
Are you gonna have a blinking like?
Yeah, no, I love it. It's
you
like,
don't know it's their cam.
I love the fact that it's hiding in plain sight, just
Stealth
right
cam.
there, and nobody like thinks about it. And so like we can go through these videos and see everyone just kind of standing there. They just walk up right behind you, just see the back of their head, and they scratch their head, and they like, they walk off. And you're like,
Squirrel.
Okay. Yeah. Anyway, alrighty.
Almost like a bloopers or something like that.
We'll go ahead and end off the stream. We thank everybody for watching. We really want to thank our sponsors right now, Heating and Air. We want to thank Ruth Kamichek. We want to thank our most brand new sponsor too. We got Legacy Garage Doors that are jumping in to sponsor us. So thank you to all of our amazing sponsors for taking the time. We would really appreciate it if you guys would give them a call if you need them for anything. And please let them know that the American Air Hockey League sent you. It would be really awesome to start seeing their businesses grow due to sponsoring us and being a part of this. So please give them some business. And thank you for taking the time to watch this. We really appreciate all of you that are making this dream come true. So from all of us at the American Air Hockey League, we want to say thank you and have a great night.
Bye.
Bye.